from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio.
Aruba. Let she body catch a fire. She said now a little cha-cha and a little samba. Ay, 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 oh me mama. Arrow, squeeze me tighter. I grab she round her shoulder and start to rumba soca. Oh, oh.
NETT Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Yeah, let's start your day. Okay. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago. Neighbors in the Caribbean, how are you doing? Friends and family. All around the globe, how are you doing? I'm hoping all is well with you in your different time zones and time slots. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for being here on New Era TT Radio. The heartbeat of the Caribbean taking you above and beyond. Yeah, it's a throwback Thursday. It is a Thursday, believe it or not. Yeah, not the days when soca music had plenty music inside of it. Yeah. But we're happy to be here with you. Let me say much thanks to the Heavenly Father bringing us together for another day. Everything that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing unto you. Sir Charles, that is me, and happy as always to be in the space with you people. My Anthem crew, good morning.
Special for Maruba, soca.
Welcome to the breakfast show, everybody.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Oh, good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your double or your morning drink.
All right. So, good morning, everybody. And of course, welcome. Welcome to the breakfast show for another day, another beautiful day. And we are happy to be in the land of the living, being here with you. Well, we're hoping wherever you're hearing us from that you are in the land of the living. But we are not sure. Who knows? Maybe in other places, somebody might have a transistor playing downstairs, upstairs. I don't know. But we are happy to be here with you. And of course, let me say good morning to my co-host Richard. He's looking around somewhere. He'll join us in a little bit, and of course Wendell. So good morning, guys.
Yeah, morning to Charles, morning Richard, morning Trinidad and Tobago, and good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. All right, I'll leave Richard to do Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, since he likes to do it now.
Imagine
But
all the
good morning.
fighting for real estate. How's it going on here?
So good evening to the folks in Japan, of course, and a special good morning to if anywhere part of the globe that you are, because we know we have people from all over the globe, the Caribbean, and all over the globe. All right, we know we have you, and we are happy to have you. All right. Let me see. Do I have birthday greetings today? I do. I missed on. I don't like to do birthday greetings for. I generally don't do birthday greetings for people who have passed, but sometimes Facebook comes up with birthday greetings for people who have passed because Facebook doesn't delete people profiles who have passed. That's one flaw that I think that they have.
But the thing about this, how would they know? You understand? Unless because they would just take it for granted that person's still there,
Facebook, these people capable of all manner of things. They're capable of all manner of things. So, I mean, I don't know if it's somebody who has to go into the profile and remove it or whatever. I don't know, but they have to find a way. You know what I mean? Because the Facebook is littered with profiles of people who have passed.
Yeah.
Littered.
For real.
Yeah. So I don't know how maybe it's something they can't fix, but I'm sure that they could if they tried. But yesterday was would have been the birthday of former mayor, former minister, former member of parliament for David O'Meara. Well, Mayor of Arima, Lisa Morris Julian would have been her birthday yesterday. Yesterday would have been her 50th birthday actually. So of course I saw a lot of things on that. And yesterday the new Arima City Hall open, and I'm saying, but how something in Arima, major in Arima happening, and I didn't know. So I posted to the Arima kid, I sent it to the Arima kid, in our chat. I said, Richard, where are you there? Richard don't know nothing about it. And it literally right around the corner from Richard.
Yeah.
And it's right across the road. Come to think of it. And I'm saying, how Richard doesn't know that the new Arima City Hall is opening. And
he wasn't even look like in a way that it was even closed.
But I am also part of a couple of groups in the greater Arima area, the Malabar area and so on. And I didn't see anything about it. Richard, of course, but let me leave him to defend that, to say how he came about it, because he said he saw some notice that the road gonna be blocked off. But I'm saying that was the biggest secret. I even messaged the Minister of Local Government. She read it, but she didn't respond. Say like this was a big secret. Because I saw in one of the pictures, her permanent secretary was there. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Rural Development was there. He was sitting right behind the Member of Parliament, Penelope Beckles. And I was saying, but that to me, that was something big happening in Arima, and we didn't know, because that was long overdue. Long overdue. The reopening of the Arima Town Hall.
The mayor of Arima was there? He's still the mayor?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to be there. He had to. I can't say what I see. I can't say what I observed in one of the videos, but he was there. He went up to the podium and spoke and so on. But, I didn't see it on the news last night either. I look for that because to me that's something major. Howard Hernandez said he sent the notice. I probably got it, the notice of the road closing off. But I didn't pay attention to that, Howard. That meant that the Arima City Hall was open,
Yeah.
I think you did send it, actually.
Yeah, so probably you would see the road being closed off, but as to why, you probably may not even pay attention to it if you're not sure something major happening,
Yeah. But they certainly kept that one kind of quiet. But all the best to them, all the best to them. Even the new CEO there, who is a good friend of mine, she used to be in Port of Spain for a while, Miss McFarlane. I didn't see her there. She had to have been there, but I didn't see her in the pictures that I saw, But congratulations to the borough of Arima for reopening their new city hall. Their new town hall. It's not a city, a town hall. Their new town hall. Yesterday. Or borough hall, whatever you want to call it. But Arima is a borough. Yeah. Oh, what was I going to do? I was going to find my birthdays. So if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. Today is August 20th, Richard?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's 20th. So let me send out birthday greetings to my first grandson. Yeah, he's celebrating his birthday today. So, Nikolai Brown Davis, good day to you. Have a good one today. Enjoy your day. Yeah, make the best of it. He looks when you look at him, he has his glasses on. He looks like the naughty professor.
Yeah. So, right. So, I found my birthday. Linda Mendez, who is Linda Hardy Mendez, celebrating her birthday today. Wayne Ramsey, if you're listening, today's Linda's birthday. You could put it in the chat. I'm not a chatty person in that chat, right? I will send it personal. So today's Linda's birthday. Today's Elmer King's birthday. Michelle Lubo from The Express, who writes many articles. Morning and happy birthday, Michelle Lubo. Lindian DeGale Lashley, Desiree Noriega, Kim Sinclair, and Melissa McMillan. Very miserable Melissa. How are you going, Melissa? Sheldon Knight's birthday is also today, and Kamau Mentor. Kamau is that's Nedra McLean's son, I think. Yeah. I think he's a pastor. And Killer Keys. They are all celebrating birthdays today. All right? Yeah. So I did find my birthdays. Happy birthday. And if anybody else on the chat celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. Yes, I'm seeing questions. What's up with Gayelle? I'm actually looking at it now. They're not on the shows yet. They're showing something with a bunch of Spanish people, I think. And a blind man. Okay. Yeah, Gayelle is not on us yet. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Sir Charles had to shoot a message.
Yeah, somebody was asleep.
And after yesterday, I was going to say, but Gayelle going real good these days. Sometimes they do the whole show, sometimes they're doing extra. I was going to say that yesterday, and bam, today I am observing they're not on us yet.
The grace period.
Yeah.
It come like the Prime Minister with the 10 days.
Yeah.
Something up. Boom.
Yep. And I nearly said it yesterday that they were going very good. Let's see what. But so much happening in the news. The Commissioner of Police apparently is back and said that he followed all the protocols. And I agree with him. He did what he had to do. He is not responsible for telling the public, you know what I mean? Especially if he has an emergency or whatever. He would have done what he had to do. He informed the line minister, he said. And I imagine he would have informed his executive, and he left. And that's why when we had the poll the other day, somebody messaged, I said, no, that's not for the commissioner to say, it's for the police service commission to come out and say something, and to correct it, or the line minister. But the line minister response was, you know where your child is, so don't ask me where the commissioner is.
Yeah. But, this, and that is the thing. I must say, the people who I already hold totally responsible for this unnecessary mess that takes place all the time is the Police Service Commission. the Police Service Commission, if all they don't know what a communications specialist, communications officer is, all they try and find one now. As a matter of fact, if all they want a good communications officer, I could be that for you. I could write notes and send it out. You understand?
But you're applying for a work, boy.
Yeah, I mean, all I could get my work. You understand? Because it didn't look like they have plenty to do, so it didn't look like something that will consume a whole day. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because we normally don't hear anything from them anyhow. So the Police Service Commission, with all their lazy self, all they just get a communications officer who could, when things happening, especially that the public need to know, that they could just put it out in the public domain. They're the ones who are responsible for this whole mess that is circulating right now,
Yeah, they can fix it by a simple release.
There should be no reason for something like this. Just as the office of the Prime Minister is living in the country, all right, this is your job. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. All you get serious with the thing now, man.
Yeah, I don't know why I have that light in my face this morning. I have no light on anywhere, and there's just a bright light coming back at me.
The angels of heaven,
like they're hovering. Angels of heaven.
The angels of heaven, when they're just shining their light everywhere. Shine my light down upon you.
I actually think, you know what I think it is, Sir Charles? That's what it is. I think it's the light on the tablet itself. That's a little too bright. That's what it is. Yes. I think I fixed a little bit of it there. Yeah. Anyway, we have so much news, and remember I said yesterday I was reading a bacchanal with Brian Manning that came up on my feed yesterday whilst we were doing the show. Well, it exploded during the course of the day. Of course, it's all over social media now.
Yes,
it made the news last night with Brian Manning having some issues with his constituency executive. So we could read a little bit about that today.
All right.
Because we're not afraid to confront the politics anywhere. You understand? Any which way it go.
When they do
but what I'm a little, how was it put it? Surprised that he would have raised certain issues in the public domain like that. Especially knowing that politics is something else, And you see constituency executives, they have made and broken people. They have made people and broken people. You understand? So I didn't understand his situation with the executive. His executive, well, actually it's his chairman who he has an issue with, whom I know. She is also vice assistant general secretary in the party. So he is raising issues of conflicts of interest and so on. But the issue that disturbed me the most was about the millions in CPEP contracts. I say, how that come? Millions in CPEP contracts? Well, he had to convince me otherwise. You understand? That is at all even possible. But we're going to deal with that a little later. And then, of course, any other things that are in the news. We have an interview lined up today. So, Charles, you want to tell them about it?
Yeah, because of the Trinidad and Tobago National Nurses Association. I think that's where they are right now. They are having their elections coming up. And, we normally talk with E. Stewart every time something happens with nurses and stuff. But I don't think he is actually going back up for elections this year. He has served 10 years. So,
that's what I was wondering by that adding.
Yeah, so we have a new set of people who are going up, and we will be talking with them. The name escapes me right now, something changed, right? So we will be talking with them after 7 o'clock to hear, the future of nursing and how they are going to be treating with it. So that is something for you to look forward to at 7:30. And today's Thursday, and so after that we talk with Dirk Barnes about your cars and safety in the 8 o'clock hour. So enough things are happening. So let's go for our good news and come back.
Japan is living in the future, and here's why. Smart public bathrooms. Japanese toilets are a marvel of technology. They come with heated seats, self-cleaning systems, and even compartments to sanitize your phone. Hygiene has never been this futuristic. Police uniforms with fans. Traffic police officers in Japan wear uniforms with built-in fans to stay cool while working in the heat. Innovation meets comfort on the streets. Portable juice bottles. Japan's portable bottles can make fresh juice anywhere. Just add fruit. It's like carrying your own personal juice bar. Futuristic shopping carts. In Japan, shopping carts also function as payment systems. Scan items as you shop and see the total instantly. At the end, just tap your card and you're done. No lines, no waiting. Japan's innovation is on another level. Which one impressed you the most?
I just love Japan and those places.
Yeah. Well, I experienced that toilet.
Oh,
I experienced some of that innovation, and that toilet is, I experienced it first in China, back in 2019. I haven't seen it anywhere else since, and now I experienced it in Japan. The world has not caught on to that type of technology at all. Where the toilet literally, you literally want to stay in a toilet.
yeah. And the thing about it is not with the amount of different innovations and technology, Japan, China, and all places, some other parts of Europe, that they are moving with. This is not something that one person is doing. This is something that is already outside there,
Yeah.
or nationwide, yeah. I don't know. I would love to see when we get some of those kinds of technologies taking place. We don't have nobody who else invent nothing in Trinidad. Or come up with ideas.
But we don't want to invent it, Sir Charles. We could just import it. We could import it.
Yeah.
Because as I say, this technology ain't new in Japan or so it wasn't new in China when I went. When I went to China was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And now Japan, of course, I experienced it in Japan. But it means that they've been doing this for a while, and I don't know how nobody ain't copied that yet.
Yeah, and it makes so much sense with some of the things that you see. Didn't we have? Do we still have Nihus and stuff?
What?
And Nihus, and we had
Nihus?
Was supposed to be science like technology or something.
Yeah, I think they're still up there, just opposite in the Maloney area.
But what else do?
I think they're still there. I don't know if they still operate. Coming to think of it, I haven't heard anything about them for a while.
What else do they still put two magnets on a string and bounce them back and forth and call that technology? We must try to get somebody from there and see if they're still really fully operational.
Years ago, my son, well, he's an adult now. He was somewhere age 10 or maybe before. He had, on one of the school vacations, his mother had sent him to Niels to do a course and so on, as a camp. Niels had a camp, and he was there. But you don't hear. So that's how I remember where it was. Because you used to have to turn off in the back road by opposite Maloney there and go through that road there. Through that side road that runs parallel to the highway now. And go down in the back. That's where Niels was. That's where it is, I think.
But given our space and stuff, I think, can't we come up with something, or invent some kind of thing, man? Trinidad can't invent nothing. It seems all they come up with the panda, is it?
No, but places like Japan is certainly way, 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 way ahead of everybody in terms of technology. And even in the public spaces, they have these types of things, It's not just for the elite homes or so on. And of course, one of the toilets in Japan, the sink is on top of the toilet tank, so the water recycles back into the toilet tank,
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is water conservation.
Yeah.
A,, a, 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 simple way to save water.
All right, let's greet the folks in the chat. Hopefully, Richard will slip in. If you see it coming up on the screen, you know Richard is here. Gayelle is still off, St. Charles.
Yeah, send them a message, man. Somebody must fall asleep.
Yeah. Robert Allen says, good morning. It's Throwback Thursday. The government is very mischievous. SOE ending soon, so they come with bomb scare. Yeah, what was all that yesterday about bomb scares? I saw that. I just glimpsed it. Apollina says, good morning. John Cato, Grand Rising to the NETT Breakfast Show. Felix Kazo, Kenny in Harlem, Anthony Tinto in Trinidad. You know, I made the error. I don't know if it's an error, but I had someone download WhatsApp on my tablet for me. So the WhatsApp messages now comes across the tablet when I'm using it. I don't know if that's good or bad because it sometimes is a distraction. Pamela O'Connor says, good morning. Eunice Dublin, Odell Guy, Shirma Paul, Marcia Rock, Robert Taylor, Manuela Peters, Empress Reyes Lal, Sis Super, Diane, of course, Hillary Benjamin, Boy Bidesi from DB, Carla Hercules, Ian Stewart, Margot Batiste, Marlon Motley, and Nord Valsane, Melissa in Shaftplay, David Wares, yes, Gayelle is not on, Gavin Frank, Suzanne Jessup, Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona, Suzanne, Suzette, Corrine, Mrs. Gemma, Maria S. and Maria H. Michael Eastman, Prabha Ramdial, Deborah Noel Surret, Sankofa. Sankofa had a long missive there. Merle McComey, Valerie Mendoza, Alistair Hart, Ann Noel from Oshawa, Howard Hernandez from Arima, Wendy Ann James, Stella Services, Ron DeSantis Jr., Wayne Ramsey, Lester Cragwell, Nadia Stephen, Angela Green, Chris Toussaint, he is doing his 7-hour drive to get his daughter back to school. Stella Services saying a special birthday greetings to Kimber Kennedy from Kimber Feeding Frenzy Restaurant in San Juan. Julia Samantha, Jasoja Ram Kalawan, Mrs. R, John Cato is saying great good news segment. Well, Ron is saying we TNT invented the basic template for the TV. Okay. Edwin Joseph says good morning. Blessed morning, gentlemen. Today I am mourning the loss of my wife. She died yesterday. Oh, okay. Condolences to yourself and your family, Edwin, from us on the Breakfast Show. It's never easy losing someone who is close to you. Yvette Scipio, Suzanne Jessup, David McCarthy, Ingrid is Wendell. Did you watch Panan? I didn't watch it live, you know. I was torn yesterday whether to stay into Port of Spain for Pan and Powder. Port of Spain was pouring rain. And I said, you know something, I had to drop something off in Trin City. And when I went to Trin City, of course, after you leave Port of Spain, there was absolutely no rain. None at all. And I'm saying, Wendell, what to do? Go back down? When I reached Trin City and I drop off the package, I say, should I go back down? I say, let me go, man. And then rain started to fall in Arima. So I say, you know something, that Pan and Powder will have problems. But apparently it didn't. Like the weather cleared up just in time for them to do their parade. And then Dean Allen says, Sir Charles, that is... Huh? Okay. Dean Allen, good morning.
Morning, Dean.
Yeah, he's saying we are always innovating. Go to the open house at UE Innovations. They need investment. Importation is the problem. Okay. All right. So we're not saying, I don't think we meant that we never invented any. Did we? I don't know if Sir Charles said that. But
no,
anyway.
we never invented things. But I mean, like when you see some things are happening around the world, and and it's already gone global. I mean, I think that if we have a science and technology grouping, we should be turning out things.
Yeah, I think you probably mean lately.
Yeah, that we could implement to the wider society, that we should be using a particular app technology or something that we invented here in probably the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know what they have, but I don't know.
Yeah. Morning also to Amjad Ali. I will drop your plant for you today. I have to come in to talk. I don't normally come in on a Tuesday, but I have to come in today and I will drop your plant for you today. I had it in water. Yours and Harper. Yeah. Morning, Stephanie Santana and Bernadette Yates. All right. Those are our greetings on our chat people.
All right, so let's see who's on the WhatsApp with us this morning. Just before Richard gets in between there, let's say good morning to Fifi out there in Addis Ababa. Also to Sankofa, who was here very early. Mr. Billy and the Powder Magazine team, good day to you. Kent in Laventel. Suzanne, good morning to you. Rena Budu Jennings, have a good day. Zena, good to know that you're bouncing back. Callan and Kelly coming out of Carenage. CJ, who was on time this morning out of New York. Archbishop Ashton Clark in Canada, Mr. Beeps, Pity Valley people, Peter Wilson in St. James, Captain Ron in Orlando, Debbie out there in Mova, Debbie Modest Kaditi. Debbie said how this school and want to leave. Every time she feels like going and coming back, and coming back stronger, like an earthquake. Anyhow, good morning. And those are the people that we have on the WhatsApp this morning. Hi, Richard.
Hi, good morning, guys, and good morning to our listeners and viewers, and of course, good morning to Sir Charles and Wendell, my co-hosts.
Yo, up late though.
Huh?
Why you always late now on a morning? What's going on with you?
Nah, because we're doing stuff late on the computer and
well, it's called an alarm. I have one.
You know. No, sometimes the alarm did not go off this morning, but even though the alarm goes off, because I go to bed so late because I'm always doing stuff, it's problematic.
Yeah. Your natural system overrides the alarm.
Yeah.
Don't let it
stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Andre, I'm going to read your message this morning. You know, sometimes you go off the deep end, but I'm going to read it because I actually agree with it, which is why I raised it. Why is Mr. Manning now raising concerns about CPEP contracts relating to his constituency executive chairman? Didn't he say there was no corruption in CPEP? Now, I don't know if he actually said that there was no corruption in CPEP, but I too am concerned about him raising that. I mean, that was under our watch. That was under PNM watch. You know, so I didn't understand that, and I didn't agree with it. I mean, what millions is there in CPEP? I don't understand it. You know, I really didn't understand. All you want to have all your fight, have all your fight. You know what I mean? But so I was actually going to reach out to him, and then I said, you know something, he will reach out to me. You know, I didn't understand the context of that, but I figured it has something more with him complaining about certain issues and not getting a hearing, which is why he went public with it. You know what I mean? And well, it's public. Right? Yeah. Carlisle Cupid, good morning. And Lester Cragwell, good morning. All right.
All right. We are going for a short break and we will be back. It's now 21 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. Just in case you missed it and you didn't hear it, it is 21 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. Stay with us here on The Breakfast Show.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT, Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
I want to say a happy birthday, a big happy birthday to Lisa Cohen. Happy birthday, Lisa. I hope you have a fantastic day, whatever you do today. Lots of love to you. Mwah! Wendell, aren't you going to do papers?
Oh, sorry. I see you wine and kissing and loving and singing. So I let people have the moment.
I was just saying happy birthday to my good friend Lisa.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I started to see something wrong on the platform, you know. And I was saying, what madness going on here all of a sudden? Why am I not showing them? Let me say good morning to senior management. I met with them yesterday. Yeah, this summoned me. CP and GP, good morning.
Yeah. We getting a raise? Or we getting paid?
Right. Yeah. So, good morning to you people. Yeah.
And silence them, the boy.
But they didn't give me that information. I could only pass information that I got. I did not get that information.
All right, let's go into the newspapers today. Today, online edition of the Express. I breached no protocols or policy, so says Commissioner of Police Aleisha Edwards. We're not in the coalition. Expect to suffer, so says CWU. Okay. Minister, some police posts here to stay. And I saw Minister Alexander giving the media, I guess, a tour of one of the police posts. I don't know which one he was at yesterday. But it looked pretty good. I mean, it's small. It looks like it's there, to take reports. Well, that's how it was set up in that way. To accommodate people coming in because they had a desk and 2 chairs and whatnot. But one of the things that I observed that I said, who builds a toilet? Who puts together a toilet with a glass door? Whether it's frosted or not. Who puts a glass door on a toilet?
Well, if it's frosted, I have mercy with if it's frosted.
Richard, this is not your private bathroom, you know.
No, but I'm saying it could be.
This is a bathroom in a police post where police women and policemen will be.
Yeah, but if it's frosted or very patterned and you can't see through, it achieves the same effect.
Okay.
If it's see-through, then that's a problem.
Well, it can't possibly be see-through, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying a glass door to me is also it's not very personal, but it can't also be very hygiene in a public space, because this is not a private space. I
don't know.
I'll say no
Why you
more on that.
pick on that
But I
idea?
observed there was a glass door, and that's all I'll say. And it's a one bathroom, and I guess it's unisex. They're gonna go use it as a unisex, which is not something you'll do in a public space like a police station. All right? Minister, some police posts here to stay. Arima Town Hall reopens on Maurice Julian's birthday. Richard, how was it?
I wouldn't know. I see that they paved up. They did rapid paving of the yard to the back of the Arima Town Hall, which needed some work. So I'm glad they did it. So all that is completely paved now with asphalt.
So that's for parking, not so?
But it's for parking. But it's not only for parking, because it's a point at which the mayor can possibly enter and drive down the side to be at the side of the town hall. It's a possibility to do that too. It used to be when I was a child, when I was younger, it used to be a walk. We could walk from that street to the other street through that pathway and along. Because remember, beneath the Arima Town Hall, underneath it was the Arima Library. Not underneath it, like not the main entrance, like where you enter to the Arima Town Hall, which is what you may think is the ground floor. But to the back of that, underneath the steps, was an entrance to the Arima Library, and the Arima Library was like a little nook underneath the steps, which to me, as a child, was a magical place because I loved books, and it had its own kind of quaintness and coziness that I remember as a child often going there and borrowing books, or sitting there and and reading books. Not the awful, ugly, stupid Malice building they have now, which is like a house that they put into a library, no character whatsoever. I don't even know if people go there. Libraries always have a distinct look because you try to make it have a distinct look, and Malice has completely forgotten Arima. They put a library in Lauketa because more Lauketa people apparently read than Arimians. And
that's the Arima.
That's not for Arima, because that's in Lauketa. Remember, Lauketa is not even the Arima borough. That's Tunapuna Piako.
Okay.
And it's a wonderful library. I mean, I am very jealous. It looks really good. And so you're hearing envy in my words. Yeah. And Arima is often forgotten. The library is a mess. The Elections and Boundaries Commission. I'm going to do a video by Elections and Boundaries Commission, or they probably don't believe me. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to go down early, 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30, and do a video, and we will show it on the breakfast show. You all will not believe me. The scant regard they give to Arima and the Arima Borough Council, while all they fed all themselves yesterday, opening up a place, and all they must drink and eat. And you too, Member of Parliament for Arima. These are outstanding issues for Arima, that ridiculous library that we have, and that even more ridiculous Elections and Boundaries Commission that Arimians have to go through, and you all say nothing. You, MP for Arima, and you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Shame on you all both. I ain't done yet, Sir Charles. I'm not done.
So, Charles, you see why we ain't get invited?
Yeah.
That's why we ain't get invited, people.
Let's finish the headlines. When is you finished with the headlines?
Pipeline leaves Port of Spain without water. Pellet lodged in brain after Mayaro pellet gun accident. And 35,000 skip Cape and seasick. All right, that will form the basis of our poll today. All right, so those are the main stories in Express Online.
Okay.
I'll do the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. TTPS on high alert. Officers reported 11 bomb threats in 40-minute period yesterday, including at a mall, ministry, and 8 magistrates' courts. Commissioner of Police says intelligence info prompted his sudden departure from TNT. So it gets even more mysterious because intelligence info prompted his sudden departure from TNT. So you got certain intelligence and you had to depart immediately. Sabga's lawyers seek family visits and medical access. Tobago Carnival music ban not targeting any genre. Promoters say PNM trustees served court documents as Balize House funding probe continues. JMMB revenue increases despite TNT asset levy. Global supply chain disrupting TNT's chicken supplies, say WGM. Do not engage in price gouging. Minister urges chicken industry. Manning calls on PNM to intervene after his removal from constituency group chat. So Wendell, as for people, please notify the hierarchy of the PNM. They have a problem in that area.
Well, they know that because as I was reading just now, strange enough, maybe they're listening, a release came out and was sent to my phone. So I don't know if I was supposed to use that, read that to counteract the fact that I'm talking about, Mr. Man. It just came to my...
But I need a report is to release. After I finish, you can tell us what it says.
Okay.
Faith determination drive Davis students to Cape Success. PNM trustees served court documents as Balize House funding probe continues. TNT under 14s win but bow out CFU tourney. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Bermuda capture volleyball titles. Barnes, Waller, Rajkumar secure junior Carabaco singles titles. And the TNT boys and girls advance to ITF Cotec under 12 semis. And that's it for the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for this morning.
Yeah. So the release, I'll just do a quick statement on the release. It says the People's National Movement has taken note of the public statement by the Member of Parliament for San Fernando East, the Honorable Brian Manning, on August 19th, 2026, concerning matters within the San Fernando East Constituency Executive. Last month, July 2026, upon receipt of correspondence from the Member of Parliament for San Fernando East and the Chairman of the Constituency Executive, the General Counsel of the party appointed an inquiry team with approved terms of reference to examine the issues raised by both parties on matters concerning the constituency of San Fernando East. The team met with both Mr. Manning and Mrs. Patricia Alexis, received representations from them and their respective witnesses, and subsequently submitted a comprehensive report containing findings and recommendations. That report was considered by the leadership, Central Executive, and the General Counsel. Actions are being taken on its recommendations, and the process of addressing the issues within the San Fernando East constituency continues. Well, this is very vague.
Yeah, it is. It basically just they met and it's continuing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I have to say, Wendell. You're going to say, when I read through the media report, and all it's saying is that they met and it's a continuing matter. That's it. You all don't need to know anything else.
I read the people thing directly because it was sent to me as I was raising the issues.
Yeah.
That's not, I don't normally get this kind of thing this hour in the morning.
Yeah, you have no time to vet it properly. That is okay.
You understand?
Yeah, so we understand, totally. People, let's do our Did You Know and come back.
Here are the world's 9 most bizarre temples you won't believe exist. Number 9, Karni Mata Temple, India. This temple is home to 25,000 rats. Locals believe these rats are holy. That's why they are treated like gods. Every day, temple workers set out big bowls of milk, grains, and sweets just for the rats. It's considered a blessing to share food with them, and people will even drink the milk from the same bowl. Number 8, Snake Temple, Malaysia. Built in honor of a monk who lived peacefully with snakes, this temple is full of snakes. Venomous pit vipers crawl and rest on the altars, railings, and statues, just hanging out while people pray. Locals believe the thick incense smoke inside the temple calms the snakes, making them peaceful and sleepy. The snakes are considered holy guests, so hurting or removing them is completely forbidden. Number 7. Dera Sacha Sauda Temple, India. This temple is created by a wildly controversial guru. He was convicted of rape and murder. He also dressed like a pop star and made music videos. The guru once claimed he could heal AIDS and cancer with holy water, which got him sued, but his followers still worship him. Number 6. Kamakya Temple, India. This temple is dedicated to an Indian goddess of menstruation. Once a year, it holds a festival celebrating her menstrual cycle. During the festival, priests announce that the goddess is on her period, and people worship a bleeding vagina-shaped stone. They also collect red water from the temple, believing it has magic powers. Number 5. Beer Bottle Temple, Thailand. This temple was built by monks using over 1 million recycled beer bottles, mostly Heineken and Brown Chang bottles. Even the toilets are made from beer bottles. Monks did it to promote recycling and minimalism. It took over 20 years to complete. Number 4. Batu Caves, Malaysia. Batu Caves is a famous Hindu temple built inside a huge cave on a limestone hill near Kuala Lumpur. To reach it, visitors must climb 272 colorful steps, often while being chased by monkeys. The temple is guarded by a 140-foot tall golden statue. Inside the cave, there are shrines, giant ceilings, and festivals that attract millions of people every year. Number 3. Dragon Temple, Thailand. This bright pink 17-story tower has a giant dragon wrapped around it, like a scene from a fantasy film. There's a hidden staircase inside its body, and visitors can climb all the way to the top through the dragon itself. The dragon was originally meant to breathe fire during festivals, but the idea was too dangerous. Number 2. Bone Church, Czech Republic. Technically a chapel, this place is fully decorated in human bones. Over 40,000 skeletons were turned into chandeliers, altars, and wall art. Skulls and femurs form massive decorative pieces, including a bone chandelier with every human bone in it. It's as sacred as it is morbid. The temple's message, death comes for all. Number 1. Top Rome, Cambodia. Top Rome is an ancient temple in Cambodia, built over 800 years ago. What makes it super unique is that it's been taken over by the jungle. Giant trees grow on top of the stone walls, and roots go through the doorways. One wall features a mysterious carving that looks exactly like a dinosaur with a row of plates on its back. Some people believe it's proof of ancient knowledge. The temple became world famous after being featured in Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. After that, it exploded in popularity, and now visitors from all over the world come to recreate scenes from the film.
Strange.
There's so many warrior temples there.
No, it's not strange at all to me. It kind of reinforces why religion may be a mental illness. And
look where you going this morning. Oh gosh, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
No, you're free to argue with me, Sir Charles.
No, I don't like arguing with you at all, but go ahead.
I have to agree with Richard here, too.
I didn't say belief in God, you know. I said religion.
Could you imagine? Well, Richard, we had to go to the Heineken temple, though. We had at least to go to that one.
You
that
mean the one with the bottles?
Yes. Yeah.
Recycling. That was an interesting one.
Yeah. That is the kind of innovation that I'm talking about when I talk about invent something, you know.
But Trinidad has invented a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. So Charles, a Heineken temple, come on. A temple made out of Heineken bottles. And then, of course, the one with the rats. And then, of course, the one where they celebrate a particular day. My God.
Yes.
And they worship a stone that's bleeding.
Yes.
Well, you can't really object to things like that, really, once you're an adherent to any religion. Because all religions have fantastical stories. I'm not saying whether the story is true or not. I'm just saying they are fantastical stories. Because you, St. Charles, believe that somebody was raised from the dead and that a man walked on water. So if somebody see a stone bleeding...
Yeah, well, I'm not getting anybody's belief.
Huh?
I'm not getting anybody's belief.
Exactly. I'm not saying... So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Once you're a religious adherent, you believe fantastical things. But your belief in those fantastical things is part of the magic of what humankind we call it religion, but it's really kind of magical story. It's like kind of Harry Potter, which is why Harry Potter is so popular. We love magic and we love things like that. But when religious, it's clothed in religion, it becomes very holy and very what should I say? Very devoted. You are very devoted adherents. You know, but there are people who will say, "Oh, Harry Potter is of the devil," and blah 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 blah. But it's just fantastical stories about magic, which is kind of what religion does in a kind of way, if you look at it from a objective perspective, except that people believe it's through a higher being, and you know. So
You're
you know,
absolutely, yeah.
yeah,
You're right. It religion. I mean, for some of the rituals, it's almost akin to magic. Eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
So Charles, I'm not hearing you.
I have nothing to say on that this morning.
Well, at least as Chris too says, we're not all in the same building, because Chris, I used to worry when we were at the studio in Tongue, when the lightning strike, but we're not all in the same space anymore.
We have so much mankind doing so much more evil, doing so much evil things across the planet. No, there are human beings doing so much evil things across the planet, not only as leaders, but as human beings. And lightning will come and strike them.
Yeah, true. True. They ain't got lightning ain't got time for us when there's so much other wickedness
There's
about the place.
so much ridiculousness and suffering that human beings are going through, and the disregard for the suffering and for the placement, the simple phrase of walk in my shoes, that leaders ignore across the planet. And when they're talking about lightning,
yeah.
if I was a god, but which is why I'm not a god, but if I was a god, there would be a lightning storm, a global lightning storm. But I'm not a god, and of course the universe knows why I'm not a god.
Because you wouldn't have been sending earthquakes to kill a set of people who have have done nothing wrong. You would have been finding the people who doing wrong and let the earthquake go there alone.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'd have been much more interventionist. So they say, "Nah, you're not God quality. You're not God quality."
Yeah, rounds up all the evil people, put them on a boat and then sink the boat outside there and leave the good people.
But I mean, there's so much, that simple thing of walking in my shoes and understanding what other people go through, which is really empathy. It's really a story about empathy. It's so devoid of leadership, not only in this country, and in this country, and let's look at this country, you see it every day. You see it in the decisions made by governments, not only this government, the last government too, but this government too, in terms of certain decisions that they're making. You see it even in the decision of the Chief Justice. They don't care really. They don't really care as judges about what the man in the street has to go through to get to a magistrate's court. They don't care.
Okay, right. Let's do the morning poll as we go to the news, Wendell.
All right. So our poll is based on a story. We would have read a bit about this story yesterday, and of course it's back in the newspapers today. Is there cause for concern about the 35,000 students absent from the Cape and CSEC exams? Now this is regional here. This is not just Trinidad and Tobago, right? But 35,000 students did not show up for exams across the region. Are you concerned about it? Yes or no? If you are, vote yes, and you vote 1. If you're not, vote 2. All right? That's all.
Nice. So we're going for the news at 7 o'clock, and we will be back.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Gayelle TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Public Utilities Minister Barry Patterath says the TSTT board has ordered an immediate review of a decision affecting about 150 call center workers contracted through Amplia. The workers were reportedly told their contracts will not be renewed after September 30th, with concerns that some could be offered lower salaries under another contractor, Hummingbird Holdings. Patterath says the TSTT board was not consulted on the decision and has instructed management to explain how it was made. He says the matter involves a policy decision that falls under the board's responsibility. Patterath also clarified that Hummingbird Holdings is not connected to Hummingbird AI Holdings, the company involved in a proposed artificial intelligence data center project. He says he will provide further information after the TSTT board completes its review. PNM San Fernando East MP Brian Manning is demanding greater transparency within his constituency executive after being removed from its group chat and having a message deleted by Chairman Patricia Alexis. Manning has since issued a statement alleging potential conflicts of interest involving Alexis, who holds several senior positions within the PNM. He has also questioned the handling of a recent constituency executive election and called for an independent investigation into concerns raised by party members. Manning pointed to reports involving millions of dollars in CPEP contracts linked to Alexis during her time with the Rural Development Company, while stressing he was not accusing anyone of wrongdoing. He said his request for an independent member to be included in a committee reviewing constituency groups was rejected. Manning said he remains committed to the PNM, but will not be silent, while concerns about transparency and confidence within San Fernando East remain unresolved. Police and prison service officials are preparing for the resumption of in-person court hearings in September. Deputy Police Commissioner Junior Benjamin says the TTPS is meeting with divisional commanders and court officials to identify security and manpower needs before physical hearings resume. One outstanding issue is the movement of prisoners to and from court. Benjamin says police traditionally provided security rather than transportation, and further discussions are expected to clarify the arrangements. Meanwhile, Acting Commissioner of Prisons, Elvin Scanterbury, says the prison service has not yet received official notice from the judiciary about the reopening. However, he says the service is ready to assist and will make the necessary operational changes once formal instructions are received. Both services say they are working with the judiciary to ensure a smooth and secure return to in-person proceedings. Tobago Carnival promoters are supporting efforts to limit songs with violent and gang-related lyrics during the island's carnival celebrations from October 30th to November 1st. Senior Superintendent Rod Hill Kirk says there is a link between violent lyrics and aggressive responses from listeners. Tobago Promoters Association head Kevon McKenna says promoters will do their part to keep Carnival positive and encourage DJs to restrict certain songs. Soca Titans champion Jaheim Thomas, known as Vers, also agrees that lyrics can influence people. Seventh-day Adventist pastor Clive Doughton is calling for violent songs to be restricted on radio throughout the year, not only during Carnival. Last year's Tobago Carnival was incident-free, with 150 additional police officers deployed from Trinidad. Trade union leaders are divided over calls for greater unity among the labor movement as workers face retrenchment, stagnant wages, and rising economic pressure. TTNNA President Eddie Stewart supports CWU Secretary General Joanne O'Gear's call for unions to put political loyalties aside. Stewart says politically independent unions, including his own, have been negatively affected for refusing to support the government's coalition of interests. He says the pressure influenced his decision not to seek another term as TTNNA president after 10 years. However, TNT Postal Workers Union General Secretary David Forbes takes a more cautious view. He says unions should continue using established industrial relations processes regardless of political affiliations. Stewart also warns that nurses and midwives are still earning salaries based on 2013 rates. He says failure to deliver an increase could trigger severe disruption in the healthcare system by 2027. Finally, a personalized cancer vaccine has shown promising results in a major melanoma trial. The vaccine, developed by Moderna and Merck, was given alongside the immunotherapy drug Keytruda to more than 1,000 patients with high-risk melanoma after surgery. Early results show the combination significantly increased the time patients remained cancer-free and reduced the risk of the cancer spreading. The vaccine uses mRNA technology to target mutations specific to each patient's tumor, training the immune system to attack remaining cancer cells. Cancer experts are calling the findings a potential breakthrough, but caution that the full results have not yet been released or independently peer-reviewed. The treatment would also need regulatory approval before becoming widely available. And that is NETT Radio News at this time. Do have a great day.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
In the dry river, darling, we all hearing, but can't see this orchestra. Pan beating whole night in the dry river, darling, we all hearing, but can't see this orchestra. Well, another thing confusing the whole public, you could only hear the band when rain fall. We had to believe it's mystery or sheer magic. Why it is we can't see this band at all? So it started to rain, bucket a drop in the heart of water Spain. We can bring the big umbrella, maybe it's time to break the weather to see this mystery man in the river. The flood bringing down a set of debris. Raining, we hear the music in the voice, sounding like a red symphony. We hear it bang, but see the band coming down, river coming down, water coming down. Ting dong dang, ring ting dang kang bum bam dong bang. Coming down, river coming down, water coming down. Dong dang kang dong dang looking kang kang bum bam dong dang. Coming down, river coming down, water coming down. Massive crowd gather from all over the country. They flocked the dry river just for curiosity. It was ridiculous the way how they all argue. They were vociferous with all different point of view. Some say the music sung like the late 40s. Some say it sung like a band from space. But however it sung, every man was pleased, for it surely had we shaking we waist. And so it started to rain, buckets a drop in the heart of water Spain. We can bring a big umbrella, maybe it's like a brave weather to see this mystery man in the river. Let it flood, bringing down a set of debris. Raining, we hear the music in the voice, sounding like a red symphony. We hear it bang, but can't see the band coming down. when they found out after the truth of the mystery band. It caused a great laughter with every man and woman. They started all giggling, the joke caught them so abrupt. They couldn't stop laughing to see how they get full up. Get joke, milking coming down in the flood water, with all kind of old bottle and old can. A ting-a-ling-a-ling, they're bouncing up each other, and they mistaking it for a steel band.
So it started to rain, buckets are dropped in the hand of water stain. People bring the big umbrella, they decide to brave weather to see this mystery band in the river.
The flood bringing down a set of debris.
You're locked into NETT Radio, breakfast show. Fueling your day with the best music and
All right, everybody, and of course, good morning to you, and of course, welcome to it. Good to have you here on NETT Radio. It's a real pleasure to be in your company this Thursday morning. It is a throwback Thursday. Yeah, so we go back and we find the hits of yesterday. I tell you, a real classic there from the Lord Kitchener. I tell you, one of the all-time best pan songs that you will hear anywhere, all right? The Mystery Band. Anyhow, it's now 17 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Welcome inside the second hour of the breakfast show on New Era TT Radio and, of course, on Gayelle Caribbean TV. Good morning to the folks on Gayelle. They came in here early this morning. I hope they got it organized. So good morning to you guys. Good morning to the Anthem crew, all the folks that came in very early and those that came in along the way. A couple of things just to let you know that when we come off of our social media feeds and of course the Gayelle TV feed, remember you can get us on netradiott.com and of course all of our streaming platforms. So you can get us on MyTuner, Simple Radio, Online Radio Box, Radio Garden, and of course MyTuner and TuneIn, right? You can get us on all of those platforms, your streaming platforms, so you don't have to shift too much, at NETT Radio Trinidad. And of course all our social media pages, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and of course our WhatsApp channel at NETT Radio Trinidad also, right? Support, like, subscribe, and put your stamp on all of those pages. And of course, you can also donate to the channel, also courtesy of any one of our channels is available to you. Okay. So our morning poll this morning, we're asking you. I mean, you read it in the newspaper over the last couple of days. Are you concerned? Is there concern? Cause for concern about the 35,000 students absent from the CAPE and CSEC exams this year in the Caribbean. Not 35, 35,000. So, are you concerned? So if you're concerned, you're voting 1. If you're not concerned, everything is okay. Well, then you're voting 2, all right? And when we come back after the break, we will tell you how you voted. Also coming up at inside our Let's Talk segment today, we're talking with the shift-changing team
A massive crowd gather from all over
as the TTNNA is getting ready for their elections coming up in September. So we have members of the team coming in to tell us about that, right? So stay with us, and when we come back from the break, we'll tell you how we voted. Yeah, stay with us.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
All right, everybody. So we are back on the breakfast show. It's now 22 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Hope you got your coffee, whatever you're drinking this morning. Whatever it is, I hope that you got it and everything is A-OK. So we are back inside Wendell.
Yeah, look, Charmaine, watch. You see him? You know when I'm home, that's your cup right there. I don't drink in anything else. But I want to send a special good morning greetings to Assistant Superintendent Natalie John of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. I think she's the General Secretary of the Welfare Association.
Yes,
a special good morning to her. Yes. She does a program on another radio station that nobody don't listen to. And you're no longer telling her to come on our radio station.
I will reach
telling her to come and do the program on our show.
Yeah. Good morning, Natalie.
Yeah, you know her, right, Sir Charles?
I know her very well.
Okay, well, look at that. I didn't even know you knew. Good morning, ASP John.
Yeah.
You know, I had to tape that and send it for her, right? Because she harassing me already for the morning. I said, come on our show. Come on our show. You doing nobody. Nobody listen to you did already day.
Get your word out. Get your word out, Natalie. Don't worry. That's okay.
Yeah, but they had an interesting show yesterday concerning grants and so on coming from the the credit union. I think it's the credit union. You know, they have a pretty vibrant credit union in the TTPS. TTPS have some good things going on that they kind of almost nobody knows about. Well, I wouldn't say nobody knows about it. But it runs kind of quiet now, especially the work that the credit union doing and the grants and so on, the loans, all manner of things. And especially the youth clubs. The youth clubs continue to do very well. You know what I mean? The police youth clubs, and somehow or the other, they don't speak about it enough. You know what I mean? I mean, I should know. I was part of one for a number of years, the Malabar Police Youth Club.
Mm-hmm.
You know? They do excellent work, but it just runs under the radar. Because so anytime there's something good about the TTPS that I could say, I say, because I still have quite a lot of friends in the TTPS. You know what I mean? There's still quite a lot of good officers. But somebody give me an S as to why they may be using a frosted glass door. Because you could actually see a silhouette in a frosted glass door, and you'll know if two people in there. So the idea is the idea is to never have two people in that bathroom at the same time.
I hear you. Okay, yeah. I was wondering
I couldn't understand why they're using a glass door.
Yeah, I was wondering why also that they didn't have a little bunk in case, somebody tired, take a little sleep.
Well, Sir Charles, I picked up that hint from when Minister Alexander said that this room could be converted. He showed you a room with 2 chairs and a desk,
Yeah.
right? And he said that this room could be converted. I suspect that's what they're going to convert it to. Somebody going to put a little cot inside of there, and so on. Because I don't know how many people will be assigned to a police post.
It didn't look
But
like
at some point in time, somebody could be tired or might fall sick.
Yeah, you must have that. You must have that. You must have a little bunk to rest. You know what I mean? So come on. Yeah.
Well, Commissioner Gibbs and them didn't believe in that, right? Police officers sleeping in a dorm, right? Go out on the beat. You know what I mean? Go out on the beat, even if you want to take a 5 in your car, but let your car be out there and see and be visible. You know what I mean?
Well, we see where they're going. When they'll come, let's sleep all because our guests have already started to arrive.
Okay, all right. So our poll is still up, people. We could take your calls on it. Is there cause for concern about the 35,000 students absent from CAPE and CSEC exams? All right.
Yeah,
Is there a cause for concern? A lot of people voted on it this morning.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. So you can tell us how you voted, how you felt about it. Are you concerned? 2811-315-299-5156. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Darby.
Morning.
So I am overly concerned. And I am so happy. I think this is the first time I'm hearing this teacher come and talk about it, because over the years, being a teacher over the years, there were students who were doing exams in Form 4, which I never really liked, because it started to do over the exams in Form 5. There were students doing exam in Form 4, and some of them, and the day of the exam, not turning up. My neighbor, 2 years ago, you could write me as a child, like math, English, or something like that, right? My neighbor used to come to, of course, my sons for him to help him. I said, what are you doing so much on subjects for next year? He said, no, for January exam. I said, how many? He said, 5. But I used to take my back. He said, you did 5 subjects in Form 4 and you have Form 5 still to do? Lo and behold, April month, when results came out and so on, I said, what went on with the results? You know what this young man told me?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go for it. I couldn't. If he was my son, I knock him, I floor him,
Wow.
tell you the truth. He did not turn up.
Yeah.
I got so upset. So he is only one child, He signed up for 5. There's our taxpayers' money utilizing the student doing that, So that is one child. Twice to the Caribbean, 35,000. But each ministry should, each government, territory, I should say, Ministry of Education, should get to the bottom of this, because this is a lot of money going on the drain.
Yeah. But in a situation like that, did you get any feeling, indication that his parents had known that he didn't go?
His parents, one of his mother is a teacher, his father is an engineer. Tell me this thing. They were pushing him actually, and I could tell when he used to come across my home with my son helping him, I could tell he wasn't ready. And I asked him, I said, why are you doing so many? He could have tried 2. But 5, but they knew he did not go. And I talked to the father about it. I say, so why let the child sign up for some subjects? Yeah, I tell him what you have to do. I said, it's not just so. You have to be ready.
Guidance is important. Guidance is important.
You see some parents just pushing the children and they can't do it. But then, in some of those 35,000, some children might have passed away or just couldn't make it because of something. But that probably wasn't the minority, of course. But they need to complete it.
Yeah. All right, Dabidi, thanks very much.
But Ms. Dabidi, you raised an issue there that is quite a possibility, in that people may have signed up for it in Form 4 and didn't turn up, but did it in Form 5. Is that, that's a possibility. You know what I mean? Because some people try to do exams even before it's due, You understand? Some of them do it in January and so on. Sometimes that happens,
All right.
They
Mr.
haven't really gone into detail about
Yeah, so
this
what they,
absenteeism.
yeah, what they felt was responsible for it, because they should be ready collecting that data to find out exactly what is the cause of that. It can't be that you're just reporting that and leaving that outside just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go into a little more detail.
Yeah. Mr. Billy, good morning.
Oh, yes, good morning to the breakfast show, one of the best shows in the morning. Everything else comes second to the fourth and fifth.
Thanks.
Breakfast show. Mr. Good day to Wendell, good day to Mr. Charles.
Morning, Mr. Billy.
I have a concern for two with this. So I voted yes. I voted yes, one, because I think it's very, very much better why these students are not being motivated to go to their exams, right? As we say, former Prime Minister said that the thing is, the future of the country is in the children's school bag, and if they are not motivated, it's a very sad thing. But my substantive point is the couture in the PNM. The couture in the PNM. I want to speak about that, and I am saying that it's very disheartening, and I think the biggest casualty of this issue, because I want to say this, this was not yesterday. I remember very good reading on a Sunday Garden, I think, where the former Minister of Deputy Minister of Finance or Junior Minister of Finance, San Fernando East MP, raised those concerns. Maybe a month or two ago, he raised those concerns. And again, the biggest casualty of this issue will be the opposition leader, because she is showing that he is weak, he will not be able to be decisive in dealing with issues. They had this situation with the mayor of Arima, when he blanked the corporation thing and went to a UNC fundraiser. I remember that, right? And I think it's Mr. Aston Ford who raised this evidence, right? And up to now, that is just like a cheap on the carpet. Some bigger players in the PNM, and they tell him to leave that man alone. So that just stays. And there are other issues that happen. And now you have a former minister in the Ministry of Finance saying that corruption in CPEP and contract was given to this individual. And this is a high-ranking PNM official. He sits on the executive.
Mr. Billy, we have to leave it there for this morning. Thanks.
Yeah, you're going off the pole. We're dealing with the pole.
We try to stick with the pole, and then then we're fighting for time too. So let me just take this final caller quickly. Caller, good morning to you.
Morning, gentlemen. The pole. My vote would be no. The parent of somebody who just got the results. I'll tell you what's the problem. CXC has a policy of a half-hour grace for children doing the exam, right? That needs to go. Because listen, my daughter reached late, but she was just about 5 minutes after the half-hour grace period. And they did not allow her to go into the exam, and she was marked absent. Even though she would have written the first two papers, and she submitted a SDA, which she got a very high mark. So now she had to go and do over maths in January. But what I'm saying is that they should do away with that thing. If somebody reaches late, they should still be allowed to do the exam. All you have to explain to them is that they would not get any extra time. That will happen in other forms of exam.
Right.
So that is misleading with respect to absenteeism, because the child or children might well have shown up to do the exam, but because they reach late with the grace period, and some of these invigilators, I would tell you, they're very foolish. Because I have relatives who would have sat in and they said they would have allowed the children to come in and let them know that they have no extra time. So wherever they do in the exam is where they will be marked. So that's funny. People should not go through doing an exam before and submit SBA, and then because of your high and mighty attitude to enforce this thing, you tell them, well, they can't do the exam. So that's the real thing, and CXC must come out and say the truth.
Okay, thanks very much, Anson. So what are the results of our morning poll?
Well, that's an easy result to call out this morning. 100% of you are in fact concerned. 100% of you voted yes this morning that there is a cause for concern about 35,000 students being absent from CAPE and CSEC exams. Right? They didn't go into detail, as we said, because even I think I read some up there, Debbie Mitchell even saying her 14-year-old child also did an early exam. Of course, you pay for the earlier ones, but people do that, you know what I mean? So the records may still show that they should have done it in a particular year, and they didn't have to again because they did it before and passed, you know? So that's maybe the details that's missing from that particular report. All right, but it happens. People do exams earlier than it's due, than their time, and they pass. So they won't do it when the year that they need to do it. That happens, you know. Yeah.
All right. So that's our morning report for this morning. So let's see if we can get into our Let's Talk segment.
Yeah.
All right, our guests are in already, Ms. Sharon Lacan and Ms. Aleisha Edwards. Good morning, and we also have Ms. Avion Drayton Bailey. When you have a double barrel name, which one of the convents you went? The double barrel people. When you see a double barrel name, you know it's someone in the convents that person went.
No convent at all. I went to Asher Girls College.
Asher Girls. Okay, look at that. And we also have Miss Kida Cornwell Gomez. We have lots of guests this morning.
Yeah.
Hi. Good morning, ladies.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming.
All right. And thank you for joining us. And they're all beautifully uniformed. So tell us this team. I notice it's all women. All women this
Definitely.
time.
So this is Team Shift Change. Yes, this is Team Shift Change, and we are registered nurses, licensed midwives, registered mental nurses, enrolled nursing assistants, and we are presenting ourselves for the upcoming Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association elections, which will be held on the 9th of September, 2026. So I would allow persons to just quickly introduce themselves, starting with Ms. Edwards.
Hi, good morning. So I am a registered nurse, a licensed midwife in active duty. In fact, I just came off of
Aleisha, you hearing us?
I'm hearing
you.
Yeah,
we are hearing. Yeah.
Yes. It's raining heavily where I am right now, but I just want to let everyone know that I have been serving as treasurer for TTNNA for the past 4 years, and I have again committed myself to serve in this position to ensure that we have financial stability, that we have integrity, that our money is managed and invested to build the nursing team. So it's really a pleasure to be here with my colleagues. We have Avion Drayton Bailey. I see she just dropped off. Maybe the internet is affecting her. The rain is affecting her internet as well. She is our candidate for president. She currently serves as first vice president for TTNNA. We have Ms. Sharon Lacan, a psychiatric nurse. Like Ms. Bailey is also a psychiatric nurse. And Sharon Lacan serves TTNNA presently in the position of second vice president. And she has continued to lend her expertise to the association. And she is ready to serve in the capacity of general secretary. We also have with us Kida Cornwell Gomez, our enrolled nursing assistant. She has a Bachelor of Honors in Industrial Relations. She has served the association in the capacity of chair of Northern Branch, and she shall be contesting the position. Well, I know she's going to win because there's no competition really. This is the creme de la creme, right? So we work very closely with our colleagues. We value teamwork and professionalism. So Kida is the candidate for second vice president, and she's equipped. We believe that she's the best person to lead this section. Not with us this morning, we have our other colleagues, Miss Natasha Prince. She will be taking up the position of first vice president in charge of professional development and professional activities in the association, because I don't know if you're aware, we are a hybrid association in that we got union status in 2014. So nursing and midwifery continues to be propelled in an upward direction with Elizabeth George. She's not on air with us, but she's from San Fernando, and she will be offering her services for the position of Assistant General Secretary, which by no means is not the last or nor the least important position, but very vital to ensure that we have diversity, that we have the right mix. Sharon, would you like to share some more on Team Shift Change?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning to the team. Good morning to the
Like we had to use some of that funds from TTNNA to pay for data. Ms. Lacan, are you there?
Internet.
Aleisha, and good morning once again to all the listeners that are with us this morning. I am very proud and happy to be here to represent Team Shift Change in the upcoming elections, the National Nursing Association election, which is scheduled for the 9th of September. And we are presenting ourselves as the best options to run the association for the next term, 2026 to 2030. We are confident. I am confident in my team and in our ability to take the association forward. As Aleisha would have said just now, we are all serving at various leadership levels of the association at this present time. So we have developed over the past decade or so the institutional knowledge, institutional memory. We developed the know-how in how to manage and carry forward the association. We would have achieved a number of our goals in the past, and there are some that are yet to be completely achieved, and we intend to pursue and champion those causes as we take the association and advance the nursing profession in this country. Kelda?
Pleasant good morning to all the listeners, and thank you all for having us here. It's a privilege whereby we can be here this morning. I am Kelda Cornwall Gomez. I am an Enroll Nursing Assistant, care specialist as well. Also, IR specialist as well, attached to the Diego Martin Health Center. And I believe I have the potential to carry my association forward into greater things, as I often say, which I believe that it's only with us as a group, as this particular group, that my way forward is in unity. So it's the you and I, which means the membership, the executive, all of us combined with a great effort would make the association great, would make nursing in Trinidad and Tobago great. And I must say that to all the listeners here this morning, that I believe that this team is the best team to take nursing forward, both locally and internationally, because we do represent our country on an international level where we go to different conferences abroad. Just last year, we would have gone to Finland, that's ICN conference. This year, we also have our local conferences in the Caribbean, which we have it in St. Kitts Nevis, which we participate and we represent our country. So I'm looking forward for greater things for myself, my colleagues, and especially the wider membership, because as I said, without the membership, we have no union. And my great concern is my membership, our membership, and then going forward. So as we say, our slogan, shift change, leadership that listen. We are here to listen to our membership. We are here to grow with our membership. We are here to thrive with our membership and take TTNNA to the next level. Thank you so much.
So, all right. So thanks, ladies. You would have all introduced yourselves. But where did you all shift and change out Edie? People like Edie, where did he go to? Is it that he is no longer eligible for presidency of the TTNNA? Because I was first surprised that a male was in fact the head of the Nursing Association when he became the head way back then, because we would have interviewed him back then. Is it that Edie is no longer eligible and the presidential candidate is now, I think, the first lady who just rejoined us. So tell us a bit in terms of the presidency of the TTN. Her internet is still a little delayed.
Still a little shaky. So
Yeah.
we had Shift Change. Shift Change is the place where you get the most important information. All critical information must be
Okay,
handed
so
over.
the Trinidad and
So she got it.
Tobago
She got it. Yeah.
National Nursing Association.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, her internet is a
You
little
hearing
delayed.
me?
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
We're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Excellent. So the Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association, we have a constitution which we adhere to, and our constitution states that the president can stay on for 3 terms. Mr. Stewart would have completed his 3 terms, and therefore the position is now vacant for new candidacy. So I would be offering myself as president of this team, Shift Change, but president of the association for registered nurses. As you said, you would have been surprised. Statistics show that even though there are 90% of women in nursing, there is 90% of males in nursing leadership. And that is something that we have to change, because we, the women of the nursing association, of the nursing profession, we are definitely able, capable, qualified, and experienced enough to lead our organizations. So we are here offering up ourselves as a well-rounded team of nursing personnel. We have experience in all different aspects of nursing, and we would have also served in the association for years. So we understand what is needed to take nursing in Trinidad and Tobago to the next level.
So what though are some of the challenges that you all face that you would like to see fixed? Because I know Edie would have raised several challenges over the years, most recently concerning wages and so on, and I think is shift. The same word shift would have been raised. What are some of the issues you all face and you all like to see corrected?
Okay, so some of the issues, of course, TTNNA, we are an apolitical organization, and our non-alignment to government parties and so forth might have led to some disadvantages in the past, but we want to be able to speak for our nursing personnel, no matter who is in charge. We should be able to present our case. In nursing, we believe in evidence. So once we do our research, we should be able to proceed to whoever is in charge and to show them what is going on and how it is affecting our members. As you may know, nursing in Trinidad and Tobago, we still remain on 2013 salaries in 2026. This has been a major challenge. Anyone who is working, anyone who has to face the supermarkets, anyone who has to fix their car or purchase a vehicle, you know that prices would have increased exorbitantly in the last 10 years or more, especially after COVID, where we would have put in so many different we would have implemented so many different changes to transport and so forth. You know, taxi fares would have gone up nearly 200% during COVID, and it never decreased. We had the price of gas under the last administration rise over 4 times, and nursing salaries has not increased since 2013, so that our nursing personnel have less purchasing power with the salaries that they have. And we really need to make sure that in this budget that's going to be presented, that our nursing personnel are not forgotten.
Now, recently, ma'am, any one of you all can take this question. The Minister of Health raised, I think, an issue concerning getting people to come back into the nursing profession, come back home. Those who would have gone to greener pastures, of course, we know that there are several greener pastures abroad for people, because our nursing personnel in Trinidad and Tobago are very well qualified. and they would have gone abroad because of the circumstances back home, because of the wages and so on. How would you all respond to that? Is that a possibility?
Well, I would take this question. I would say that I don't believe my nursing colleagues who are abroad that they will come back home. Number one, as we spoke about salary. Nobody's going to leave where they are getting better wages to come back home for less. Absolutely not. They are not going to do that. Two, when we talk about ongoing education, in these other countries, you have they have a band system, they have special trainings and different programs, and in order to move up to different levels, there are certain things that you must do. In Trinidad and Tobago, the settings is totally different. There are even opportunities for housing for yourself, for your family. There are special persons who have children with special needs. There are also special care given to them as well in that category. So I don't believe persons will leave the comfort of wherever they are in the UK or America or Canada or Australia, because we have persons all over the world internationally. Persons will not come back home to Trinidad and Tobago. There must be some kind of a great package that they will have to offer for nurses to come back to Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, the whole reason of voting team shift change is to get that greater package. What are the possibilities?
Well, we know
presently we are engaged in a collective bargaining agreement,
right?
And quite a number of the pull factors, which we'll refer to as pull factors, to attract our nursing personnel who would have migrated, have been incorporated into that proposal, that collective agreement proposal, which is presently being negotiated at the Eastern Regional Health Authority. And one of our main missions is retention strategies. So in addition to pull factors, like as Kelda would have indicated, the band system that the UK uses in terms of stratifying the nursing personnel pay packages based on education and based on experience is one of the things we would have adopted and incorporated into our proposal. We would have also observed that the Ministry of Health would have announced the introduction of the advanced practice nurse. And while we understand that that's just the announcement, and there are a lot of things behind the scenes that needs to be worked out for that to really be rolled out and become realistic, we have also incorporated some of those in our collective agreement proposal. Because a nurse who wants to come home to Trinidad and Tobago, leaving their advanced practice nurse position wherever in the world they may be practicing at this point in time, in our present system, it means that they have to now start from at the bottom of the ladder before they can go up to where they have left the foreign country to return home. That is a system that we want to change, and our collective agreement proposal has some measures to address that. We also intend to work closely with the Nursing Council of Trinidad and Tobago because they are the regulatory body for nursing and midwifery personnel across Trinidad and Tobago. And there are a number of things in the Nursing Personnel Act that may need some tweaking and adjusting and amendments in order to accommodate some of the changes that will attract our nursing and midwifery personnel back home. So on the one hand, one of the pull factors that we intend to pursue are those salaries and allowances and all those social justice aspects, compensation aspects, And on the other hand is the professional development aspect. They both go hand in hand in terms of nursing, developing the nursing profession in the country and developing the health sector, which is, of course, nursing is the backbone of the health sector. Yes? So there are a number of strategies that we have in mind in terms of the collective agreement proposal, in terms of our partnerships and liaison with the Nursing Council, including the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education for continuous training so that nursing skills and competencies will continue to be increased to match our counterparts in other parts of the world where our nurses would have migrated to. Yes?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Question. in the past, there would have been a contentious relationship between the Nursing Association and the past ministers of health, in particular the past Minister of Health. What is the relationship like now with this current Minister of Health, Dr. Lakram Bodo? Nobody want to answer
So
that?
we
All
would
right.
have met.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, so we would have met with Minister Bodo at the beginning of his term. Yes, with him as well as Dr. Rishan Sitaran, and we would have had a very cordial meeting. We would have placed all our plans, our proposals in front of them, and we are hoping for feedback. However, yes, we would have seen some pushback after some of the industrial action that we would have taken. So we are hoping that as team shift change, we can restart these cordial talks in the advancement for our nursing personnel.
So no minister appreciates nurses fighting for their rights. It seems that way.
It seems that there's a situation with all workers at present where we would observe in the impasse between the Communication Workers Union and TSCT. We would have observed the situation where the steel workers are being shut out of the talks with the new the introduction of the new steel mill. So this is a situation that it plagues the country in terms of the adversarial, for want of a better term, relationship between employer, whether it is private employment or government employment, and workers. Our mission is to have more dialogue. Our mission is to advance the interests of our members, our nursing and midwifery personnel. Because of course, if we throw our minds back to when we were in COVID during the pandemic, nursing were essential. They actually said, okay, you can't take your vacation, you're an essential worker, and so on. And we would have seen the trauma and all that would have happened during COVID. So few years later, when nurses have needs, as Avian would have said before, we are still working on 2013 salaries. And there are a number of fallout as a result of that. So few years after COVID, we can't now be brushed aside and not be essential anymore. Because as you know, the World Health Organization and PAHO, they have continuous training of nursing and other healthcare workers in the event another pandemic arises. So let's say, God forbid, it does happen. Who are going to be on the front lines again? Who are going to be essential again? So we need to put things in place, because we would have observed worldwide there was a fallout following COVID, where a number of nurses would have resigned their jobs, where a number of healthcare workers would have left healthcare. Yes? So now we are working with less personnel than we would have started with. And suppose, God forbid, another pandemic arises on the horizon, we have less persons going into that struggle to secure the health and safety of our citizens. So we need to now invest, just like we would do in any battle, just like we would do when we prepare for any sort of issue or challenge or emergency. We put things in place. Nursing is one. Because nursing is the backbone of the healthcare system. And without nursing being secured in terms of compensation packages, in terms of training and experience, in
What am I going again?
We're losing.
That's right.
One of the last question I'd like to ask is to Ms. Edwards.
Then we are setting up ourselves for more issues that we probably didn't encounter during the COVID pandemic. Those powers that be would look at nursing. Yes?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what is astonishing? You know what is astonishing to me, ladies, that the governments, and I have to say governments plural, seemingly don't value nurses in this fight just for reasonable pay. And this, because this has been an issue that has been going on for years in terms of the terms and conditions for nurses, and why it is that successive governments don't place nurses higher up in terms of consideration for salaries and terms and benefits. I just find it amazing that, and because you know there's a supply and demand issue, you should be trying to attract more and more people into the field.
Correct.
And governments have just been insensitive to it. I find that absolutely bewildering.
Yeah.
It is. And one of the things, Richard, is we would have played with this. Why is it that the government is so standoffish when it comes to nursing and treating nurses fairly? And we would wonder, hazard a guess, maybe it's because we are mostly females. So there's this gender bias idea that may come up. And so far, we would have, in the past couple of years or so, we would have looked at the compensation packages of persons in the essential service. And the essential service includes the law enforcement, it includes health, it includes teaching, and so on. And we would have observed that there was this stark difference between those male-dominated personnel in the essential service compared to the compensation packages for the female-dominated essential service. And that stark difference told a story of gender bias.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at it from a macro level, you may not see it. But when you get down into the nitty-gritties, you see that there's a difference.
I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you. That probably is playing a part, no doubt, because there has to be some sort of explanation why successive governments have not dealt with this issue.
And we would hope that now we have a female prime minister, we have a female president, we have a female opposition leader. You'd think that this is the time where we would adjust those mindsets somewhat to accept that women are indeed worth their salt, their of nursing. Can you imagine going to a hospital and there are no nurses? Let's say, God forbid, our nurses become so disenchanted and they migrate. What's going to happen with the health sector? During, not too long ago, when Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex had some issues and the nurses took some action, doctors had to fill in. And you heard that doctors came out talking about moral injury. And a lot of persons may have heard the term for the first time. But this is what nurses endure every single day. Doctors just got a taste of it that particular time. And now that things kind of settled down and nurses are now continuing their jobs and whatnot, that moral injury did not disappear. It continued to be there. So nurses being a female-dominated profession, we need our female leaders to give us the support that we need in order to secure our citizens, because caring for nurses, as the International Council of Nurses theme for nurses, improves economies, it strengthens economies. And sometimes we don't see the monetary value to care. But when you look at it, when you go to the hospital having an injury, going down there.
Yeah. Well, let's we have to close off in a bit. Let's give the last word to the lady who is about to lead you all. Is it that you have is there another team going up against you, or is it just a fait accompli that you will be in fact head the leadership of the TTNNA?
Yes, so there is actually two other contenders for the position of president, but two slates. So one person is going up as an independent, and then we have two complete slates that are vying for this position. However, We do believe that team shift change is the wise decision, the best decision. This is the new executive of TTNNA come 1st November 2026, and you all would have been privileged to meet with us before we took office. So we are here again to make a difference. And shift change, we took that name because it's a really integral part of the day, the daily lives of a nurse. When there's a shift of change, a change of shift on duty. And this is what we want persons to know. Yes, the work continues. We have been there. We understand. We know where the shortcomings are, and we plan to address it and fix it. This is the new face of TTNNA, and we will be carrying our nurses to the next level to ensure that we meet the international standards of nursing and our patients receive the best care possible because their nurses would have been taken care of. So that's our mandate.
Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us on the Breakfast Show. I'm sure we'll have you back at some point in time because we're going to investigate who are these other people trying to get all your positions. You understand?
Thank you.
Well, definitely September the 10th, we'll be calling you all.
Yes, we have listened. Our theme is leadership that listens.
Yes,
so we'll be here to share with you what our membership have said. Thank you.
All right. Great. Thank you very much, ladies. Have a great day. Take care. Of course, that was the team shift change from the TTNNA. All right. All ladies going up vying for positions and very articulate ladies, I have to say. Thank you all so much. All right. So we go to the news, and when we come back, we are going to have Dirk Barnes.
Yeah, all that and more. Stay with us here on the net.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on Net Radio and Gayelle TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Public Utilities Minister Barry Paterath says the TSTT board has ordered an immediate review of a decision affecting about 150 call center workers contracted through Amplia. The workers were reportedly told their contracts will not be renewed after September 30th, with concerns that some could be offered lower salaries under another contractor, Hummingbird Holdings. Paterath says the TSTT board was not consulted on the decision and has instructed management to explain how it was made. He says the matter involves a policy decision that falls under the board's responsibility. Paterath also clarified that Hummingbird Holdings is not connected to Hummingbird AI Holdings, the company involved in a proposed artificial intelligence data center project. He says he will provide further information after the TSTT board completes its review. PNM San Fernando East MP Brian Manning is demanding greater transparency within his constituency executive after being removed from its group chat and having a message deleted by Chairman Patricia Alexis. Manning has since issued a statement alleging potential conflicts of interest involving Alexis, who holds several senior positions within the PNM. He has also questioned the handling of a recent constituency executive election and called for an independent investigation into concerns raised by party members. Manning pointed to reports involving millions of dollars in CPEP contracts linked to Alexis during her time with the Rural Development Company, while stressing he was not accusing anyone of wrongdoing. He said his request for an independent member to be included in a committee reviewing constituency groups was rejected. Manning said he remains committed to the PNM, but will not be silent, while concerns about transparency and confidence within San Fernando East remain unresolved. Police and prison service officials are preparing for the resumption of in-person court hearings in September. Deputy Police Commissioner Junior Benjamin says the TTPS is meeting with divisional commanders and court officials to identify security and manpower needs before physical hearings resume. One outstanding issue is the movement of prisoners to and from court. Benjamin says police traditionally provided security rather than transportation, and further discussions are expected to clarify the arrangements. Meanwhile, Acting Commissioner of Prisons, Elvin Scanterbury, says the prison service has not yet received official notice from the judiciary about the reopening. However, he says the service is ready to assist and will make the necessary operational changes once formal instructions are received. Both services say they are working with the judiciary to ensure a smooth and secure return to in-person proceedings. Tobago Carnival promoters are supporting efforts to limit songs with violent and gang-related lyrics during the island's carnival celebrations from October 30th to November 1st. Senior Superintendent Rod Hill Kirk says there is a link between violent lyrics and aggressive responses from listeners. Tobago Promoters Association head Kevon McKenna says promoters will do their part to keep Carnival positive and encourage DJs to restrict certain songs. Soca Titans champion Jaheim Thomas, known as Vers, also agrees that lyrics can influence people. Seventh-day Adventist pastor Clive Doughton is calling for violent songs to be restricted on radio throughout the year, not only during Carnival. Last year's Tobago Carnival was incident-free, with 150 additional police officers deployed from Trinidad. Trade union leaders are divided over calls for greater unity among the labor movement as workers face retrenchment, stagnant wages, and rising economic pressure. TTNNA President Iddy Stewart supports CWU Secretary General Joanne O'Gear's call for unions to put political loyalties aside. Stewart says politically independent unions, including his own, have been negatively affected for refusing to support the government's coalition of interests. He says the pressure influenced his decision not to seek another term as TTNNA president after 10 years. However, TNT Postal Workers Union General Secretary David Forbes takes a more cautious view. He says unions should continue using established industrial relations processes regardless of political affiliations. Stewart also warns that nurses and midwives are still earning salaries based on 2013 rates. He says failure to deliver an increase could trigger severe disruption in the healthcare system by 2027. Finally, a personalized cancer vaccine has shown promising results in a major melanoma trial. The vaccine, developed by Moderna and Merck, was given alongside the immunotherapy drug Keytruda to more than 1,000 patients with high-risk melanoma after surgery. Early results show the combination significantly increased the time patients remained cancer-free and reduced the risk of the cancer spreading. The vaccine uses mRNA technology to target mutations specific to each patient's tumor, training the immune system to attack remaining cancer cells. Cancer experts are calling the findings a potential breakthrough, but caution that the full results have not yet been released or independently peer-reviewed. The treatment would also need regulatory approval before becoming widely available. And that is NETT Radio News at this time. Do have a great day.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Welcome back, everybody, to the breakfast show, 16 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. And in a short, around next few minutes, we should be joined by the bands as we talk about securing your vehicles, right? So, courtesy of Air Support Tactical. So, we're looking forward to that. But, yeah, guys, a full slate of ladies team shift change going up for the elections of the TTNNA. Interesting combination. What, all are going out? All right, it looked like the guys going out. It looked like they're going out.
I'm here.
Maybe get into
I was typing, that's why I was typing something.
Yeah, but all right, no problem. You know, in the interview, and that's why I was wondering if the combination is only ladies, because of the fact that she said that 90% of the nurses are ladies, but 90% of the positions being held are by men. So I guess they went the team shift change, want to change all of that. A total female slate.
Well, no, because Edie Stewart was the first male head of that. I mean, he was heading it for 3 terms, and it was all female. But I gather she meant something higher. In other words, we have not had much female ministers of health. I remember Dr. Linda Babulal, and I remember Therese Buttis Cornelis, who didn't last very long. I don't remember any other female minister of health. I stand corrected, folks, if you're listening, and you could help me with other female over the last 50 odd years.
Mm-hmm.
Under Eric Williams, it was, wasn't it Kamal? No, Kamal was agriculture. But I don't remember a female minister under Dr. Eric Williams. I certainly don't remember a female minister under George Chambers. Neither, how I should put it, A.N.R. Robinson. Patrick Manning had Dr. Linda Babulal. And People's Partnership had Therese Buttis Cornelis. I don't remember anybody else as a female as a minister of health. As I said, I might have been missing one of the old ones, but certainly in recent times, it's all been male. We even had Carl Mimbert as a minister of health here already.
Serious?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He served as Minister of Health at one time. You know, we had John Rahal. We had, well, I mean, it's mostly been men. And the last we had was Terence Dealsing for all those years gone by there. That 9.5 years. He alone served in that ministry. And now we have Dr. Lakram Bodo. I don't remember anybody else.
They had 3. I now pull it up here, Wendell. And the first one was Isabel Ursula Tishere.
Tishere, yeah. She was
1963 to 1970.
Oh, God, how long ago? 60 to 70. Well, a lot of people, I guess, in this chat go remember her, but I don't know her at all. I know the name. I know the name Isabel Tishere. You know?
Who's she?
Tell them who's Isabel Tishere.
The first woman to serve as a cabinet minister in TNT. She initially held health and housing. When the ministries were separated, she continued with health.
When was that?
Her name
Isabel Tische.
Tische.
What year was that? What year was that?
1963 to 1970 for all you young fellas.
I was
She was born in 1911.
I wasn't even sperm.
She was born in 1911. She died in 1981. She was an Afro-Trinidadian social worker, human rights activist. She served in the parliament. She was the first woman elected to the House of Parliament.
What is her name again? Say that her name again.
Isabel Tische. T-E-S-H-E.
Now, I need to research that because I've never heard that name before. I know people like Zena and, people like that will know her, but because they are wrong forever. But I don't know that name at all. I will have to research it.
Well, everybody who listen to us, do we have, something? We need to do a poll on a morning. Do we have anybody under the age of 40 listen to us?
What trippiness you asking, Adele? What trippiness you asking? Of course we do.
I only know 2.
Nah, there are plenty. But I don't know that name at all. That's an interesting thing. So I will need to look it up because I didn't know her name at all.
Yeah.
So you've educated me this morning, Sir Charles.
All right, so let me read it just a bit because I think that is where these women were going. I think that's where they were going. Mrs. Isabel Tische's name is associated with many firsts in Trinidad and Tobago. The first woman elected to the House of Representatives, the first woman minister, and the first woman to serve as an ambassador for this country. She was born Isabel Ursula Cadogan, the daughter of Thomas and Maud in Princestown on July 24th, 1911. That's the same year Eric Williams was born. She was educated at Princestown Government School. So Mr. Princestown must be know, and she must be went to school.
No, he went to the university. Remember, he was from Belmont, so that time she might be even probably know.
Okay. And went to the University of Puerto Rico much later to attend special courses in community education. An early member of the PNM, Tische organized many women's groups, in particular the PNM Women League, of which she became chairman in 1956. She also became lady vice chairman of the PNM in 1956 and retained both posts for a number of years. In 1961, she became parliamentary secretary to the Minister of Local Government and Community Development. She was Minister of Health and Housing from 1963 to 1967 and Minister of Housing from 67 to 70. In 1970, hear this, Isabel Tische was appointed ambassador to Ethiopia and from 1974, High Commissioner to Guyana, a post she held until retirement in 1977. So I might see something about her in Ethiopia when I go there.
Expecting that.
Well, it's a good thing them nursing ladies say what they have to say. We want to check on Isabel Tische.
We'd never know.
Yeah, I didn't know that name at all. So it's a good history lesson, and people like Zena, stop gatekeeping. We don't know of this information. You all should share it. You all are wrong so long. All they have information in all their brain.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let me say good morning to Dirk Brands. Dirk, how are you this morning?
Good morning, guys. I am in a really good mood. A lot is happening from our end. So all I can say is good morning to you and all your listeners this morning. And I hope you're having a productive and great week as well.
Dirk, do you know about Isabel Tische?
No, actually, I don't. I just learned something.
Well, you learned something. You see how it's a good day to be on this radio today.
we all learned together today, Dirk.
Because we know about Dr. Linda Babulal and we know about Therese Baptiste Cornelis, who could walk up that platform and a microphone on a day, silence the crowd. She take it away from the person who was speaking and silence the crowd. Well, she didn't last very long after that.
Oh, my word. Dirk, what are we all about today? Let's get into your segment.
Well, today I want to put some things into perspective. I'm going to give you 2 stories of what would have happened just since last we spoke and what we are seeing right now in this industry to which I operate. So last week, Saturday, we received a call that a vehicle was missing. We deployed our teams to recover that vehicle. That vehicle was stolen. Can't recall where right now, but we found it in San Fernando. It was stolen from somewhere in Central, and we got it in San Fernando. It was found in a garage in San Fernando, and you know how the police would normally phrase this: the garage owner is currently assisting police in their inquiries. Well, we know what that means. He has since been cautioned. Anyway, the circumstances with this vehicle was really interesting though, because by the time we got out of that vehicle, the rims were changed, the back door of the vehicle was changed. The vehicle was almost not recognizable, and we're talking about just about 2 or 3 hours after the theft. Now that is one vehicle in particular. Another one would have occurred day before yesterday, and this one was a Honda Vezel. And when we got to that particular vehicle, we found that it was stolen from San Fernando this time, but this time it was found in Aruca, off of Waterloo Road in Aruca. And that vehicle had a broken driver's side window. These are push-to-start vessels, one of those new vessels, and license plates have been changed. Now, what we are seeing here in terms of a trend is that car thieves, they're not really resorting too much to robberies these days in terms of robberies of a motor vehicle. Things have gotten so much easier for them. What they do now is that they take their time to camouflage the vehicle after they take it. I mean, the easiest one is changing the license plate, which we see all the time. And at the same time, they would, on these newer vehicles, they just jump in your vehicle and they drive away. They don't have to hotwire anything again. They program their own keys. So the days where we could have hoped that a police patrol would have driven by and see a broken glass and possibly look inside and see tampered ignitions and stuff like that. These guys are perfecting their trade to such an extent that they are bypassing all of the factory immobilizers and all that kind of stuff and moving away with your vehicle, which would make it difficult for police or anybody who's looking for that vehicle to find it once the license plate has been changed. So that's a new trend people have to be concerned with and really start looking at putting in some sort of vehicle deterrent, theft deterrent, or some sort of security system. I'm a big advocate for the steering locks. Those things are not too expensive, but they do work. It's low tech, but it works. But looking at options, because the factory immobilizers, they're no longer sufficient.
I think last night you were on the news, Dirk. I was listening to the news last night, and there were reports of a stolen vehicle somewhere, and I heard Air Support Tactical doing the intervention. Was it last night or night before? Doing the intervention to get back that vehicle. I don't know if you're aware of it. It was on the news, TV6 News 1, either last night or night before I heard it.
No, I wasn't aware of that. I will try to look for that in the archives, but nobody from TV6 reached out to me. But we did have a recovery of that vessel not yesterday, day before yesterday. So it is something that we are looking at, because the trends are becoming a bit alarming now. These guys are going after some more of the high-tech vehicles, and and these are vehicles that carry some degree of investment. So people outside here who are operating without GPS systems or without any sort of security system, they really and truly are unprotected. And car alarms, they could forget that. Car alarms are a waste of time. Anybody who's still thinking that a car alarm works in these times, I've been operating in the stolen vehicle recovery industry for 15 years, and I have not seen a car alarm that would have caused a vehicle to be recovered or prevent a vehicle from being stolen when it's time for it to be stolen.
Isn't there anything else that we can do that is easily identifiable, so that when somebody steals your car, okay, so they steal your car and they pull in some alley, the first thing they do, right, they change the number plate, and your car just blends into all the other cars. Is there nothing else that we could do? I remember like long ago, or if like how the taxis used to have a registered so and so on your door or something. Is there anything that we can do in that regard?
The thing about it is that these guys are moving really quickly now. Imagine they take your car at 2 a.m. in the morning and you up at 6. You don't have a GPS, you have everybody looking for your car. Your car in a garage changing color. So when you're looking for one vehicle, that vehicle's already being changed into something else. The only thing I could tell people right now is either go and deliberately dent your car or wrap it in pink. Because other than that, it is becoming more and more difficult for the law enforcement agencies to find a stolen vehicle. Keep it in mind, law enforcement, you report your car stolen to them. People are of the opinion that the police service will say, right, this car is stolen, set out all points bulletin, and every police officer in a vehicle looking around to see if that car passed them. That doesn't happen in the real world. That is not what happens. They act on intelligence and information. And if there is a lack of intelligence and information, your car becomes harder and harder to be recovered. Look at how many instances we have seen where a car is stolen, and then 2-3 years from now, because that car would have passed through some roadblock somewhere, that is when that car pops up. So that talks about what is taking place right now, and the numbers are startling. I remember when Mr. Swamba, Christopher Swamba, would have come on the same radio station. Well, actually not this one, but the one that you guys were previously affiliated with. And he would have spoken, he would have brought statistics, and at that point in time, we were seeing 700 plus vehicles being stolen and $63 million in losses annually. All right, at least that's what he was reporting. Now we see 1,800 vehicles being stolen in a year, and I'm not seeing anybody come from TTTPS on any show or any radio coming and talking about these statistics as they used to before. So I'm getting very concerned that stolen vehicle larceny, or motor vehicle larceny and robbery of stolen vehicles, those offences, even though they are being tracked by the TTPS through CAPA, this information is not being put across to the public, so the public could start to make informed decisions about their vehicle security.
Dirk, you're right. Since Christopher Swamba left that unit, we don't even know who heads that unit. We don't know where they are. We've been hearing nothing coming out of that unit since he left that unit. I stand corrected, but he was very, very available to the public because, as you said, he came on our show quite a few times. As a matter of fact, there was an incident with my ex-wife that he intervened in. You could have gotten him on the phone and he would have spoken about, but you don't hear anything coming out of that unit anymore.
Well, I think the police service changed the way they do the public engagement. And the other show that I see they still continue it on another media house is not really dealing with these sorts of things, bringing out these statistics. So I would really hope that somebody hears this and decide to, have them change their game on it, because this is the information that will influence the public to start to look at their vehicle security and make an investment. Because people buy a vehicle, everybody's excited when they get a brand new vehicle. And the other part that bothers me is the sales agents put these people into a false sense of security and tell them, no, they can't steal this vehicle, no, we'll never be able to steal this vehicle. This vehicle has this, that, and the other. I mean, as I said, I've been in the industry for a number of years. I've seen different technologies from alarms, kill switches, GPS, smart immobilizers, dumb immobilizers, all sorts of different things. And now vehicles come in with NFC cards to start them, and you could now control your vehicle security over the internet. Whatever has been created today in 2026, come 2027 will be obsolete. And your car will not be able to just automatically upgrade to the newest technology that happens. That is not how vehicle security works. So do not accept for a minute that whatever your brand new car has today is going to survive entirely. I remember when the Hyundai Ioniq came out, and everything was about these hybrid vehicles and the security and stuff like that. And back then, that was 2017, 2018. It was really cutting edge. Now these guys are creating their own keys. Nobody would have anticipated 10 years later that a coded key you could buy on Amazon, the little key for you could buy it on Amazon and buy another little device on Amazon and program that key to this new vehicle. Nobody would have thought about that back then. No, that is a normal thing because we thought that was something that was going to stay only with the dealer. It's not the case again. So when we're looking at these new cars coming out now, which is connected to the internet, it's only a matter of time until they start, hacking this on the black web and stealing cars right out of your garage. And don't talk about for self-driving cars. What happens when they just have to tell the car, meet me at this location? It sounds perfect now, but I'm telling you that is where it's going to end up.
Yeah. What are these statistics, Duke, I mean, Trinidad and Tobago is so small, and it's amazing how many of these incidents we have. Stolen cars. I don't know where the cars go, God alone knows. But what are the statistics in comparison to other Caribbean islands
You know,
in terms of stolen cars?
that's a really good question, and I'm glad you asked me that because I haven't gotten an opportunity to compare statistics in the other Caribbean islands. I will do so, and I will definitely make sure when I come on the next show that you have that information. Because as you raise that now, I think that's a good thing to look at and to compare. You know,
Yeah.
I've been really and truly looking at places like Nigeria because they have cars being stolen, the US and the UK and Canada. And one of the things is that Canada, for instance, they have it really bad. And in every single area, you're seeing tens of thousands of vehicles being stolen. So with what is happening across with them, however, is because a lot of the vehicles that they get that's manufactured coming out of the US and even some from Japan, they come with very little countermeasures for emerging vehicle theft methods. And some of these vehicles that are there, they don't come to Trinidad and Tobago. But when they do those security interventions across there, it's not enough. So we have been looking at that as well. And one of our endeavors going forward, I've already started the process, is putting air support tactical in Canada at a point in time. But right now we are focused on this new headquarters that we purchased just earlier this week.
Yeah. There's a question on the chat here. I'm reading it as it is, so it may make sense to you. It didn't make sense to me. Good morning, Major. This is from Sanj Duku. Can you please tell what's the cost to install the SOS on a vehicle that was already GPS installed by your company?
Okay.
I don't know if that question makes sense.
Yeah, they're talking about the panic button. And really and truly, the panic button installation is $500 because we have to do some additional wiring and put an additional unit inside of it. So that's what he's talking about. However, after I caveat to this, the device has to be compatible with that particular panic button. And if it's a wireless device that you have, it's not going to work with wireless. And we'll have to see what type of device you have, and then we'll be able to tell you if it could work, if it can't work. Because we have been, we are always upgrading our systems. And chances are something that somebody would have bought in 2023 may not necessarily work in 2026 when we add on some of the new features. So that's something we would have to look at.
Okay. All right. Any questions there, guys? Richard and Sir Charles, are you all there?
Yeah, we are here. I'm listening. I'm just trying to wrap myself around all that's been taking place and seeing how it's becoming increasingly more and more difficult to protect your vehicles with the technology that is available and coming out to these persons outside there. They're not sleeping at all. Them fellas working around the clock.
No, and the thing is, a lot of people underestimate these car thieves. Car thieves, seeing a vehicle now is not like long time. It's not a fellow with a pants wrapped around, under his waist, coming there with a crowbar and a screwdriver. It's not like that anymore. These guys are working really hard outside there. And look at it this way: a lot of people still carry their car to a car wash. When you go to a car wash, walk away with your key. Don't leave your car inside the key. Sorry, your key inside the car. Because if you leave the key inside the car, they will get the opportunity to easily program a key. And even then too, when your car is being washed, you have to keep an eye on what is taking place. When you carry your car to the mechanic, you might trust the mechanic, but what about his helpers? Is he keeping an eye on all of them 24 hours a day? So all of these things are things that can cause a person to program a key and then let you go your merry old way and then stick a temporary GPS inside your car. They know where you're living. And then when they show up, they just press the button, disarm, and they drive away while you're fast asleep. Once you have a GPS tracking device in your vehicle, however, it increases your chances of, one, being notified that your car is on the move, a move that you didn't authorize. Two, giving you the opportunity to get your car's location onto the law enforcement officials. And or three, working with your provider for them to send out a team to recover your vehicle if law enforcement is not able to send one immediately. Now, on that particular point, people when I speak sometimes and I come off these things, I get calls from people or messages that, the TTPS is the TTPS that. Let me tell you something about the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. That is a premier agency. I know Wendell may have a different view, but it is a premier agency of highly trained individuals, trained across the globe, and they will operate with best practices. There are some police officers that may not live up to what I just said, but the majority of them are pushing towards that. The challenge that we have in terms of response and recovery with the TTPS in this country is the amount of resources that they have. All of these police stations are going down and stuff like that. I would love to see how that is going to work, and I really and truly do hope it does put some kind of dent into the increasing stolen vehicle events that are taking place in this country. I'm optimistic, but at the same time, it's the vehicle owner's responsibility to put something in place that is going to cause them to be able to recover their car quickly. Now, there are plenty GPS companies outside here, and I would tell you, if it is you can't, afford to come to your support tactical, there are many others across here, putting out all sorts of different pricing. If you can't get us, get somebody, because it will help. But when it comes to response, I am yet to see any agency in this country, private agency, that have built the type of response that we have built with the effectiveness that we have. We have brought our average recovery time from 30 minutes, and our fastest recovery time is the fastest recovery time I've ever heard in Trinidad and Tobago, 4 minutes. So our response time is in 2 minutes. That response time is from the minute we come off the phone to when I have a team moving in the direction of that vehicle. That is how fast we move across here. I am constantly building our agency to move into that particular direction. And I will just wrap up with this, because one of the biggest things that we have done so far, as I mentioned a while ago, is that we are moving from Valsain to a new facility in El Socorro. We're moving from 7,000 square feet across here to 19,000 square feet of space. And that 19,000 square feet is going to bring us a better command and control system, faster response, because now we're increasing our vehicle fleet. So there's a lot more things that we're going to be doing. It's going to have our own internal training center. And a lot of people have been asking about, what about range and all that kind of stuff? It's something that we're considering, but not how everybody thinks it's going to work or what we custom seeing. So we are building our competencies across the board to make sure that when our customers call, we are able to move quickly and effectively.
Yeah. Last question here on the chat, Dirk. How will AI affect or contribute the bypassing of these systems?
Well, AI is already doing that, because let's start from the basic of research. A lot of people now are able to research what are the best systems, what are the best things that you can basically buy to get around vehicle security systems. You have some new devices that are coming on Android, and Android can accept all sorts of AI things right now that allow people to program modules and things to be able to bypass vehicle security. So there's quite a few applications of AI. We have been using it inside of here to look at the vulnerabilities in certain cars, so that when customers come in with those cars, we can advise them on what vulnerabilities exist and what are the countermeasures that they could employ. So AI, just as it could be used for good, can be used for bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting. And I think wise it's important to reinforce how you have to get something to protect your vehicle, because someone close to me bought an electric vehicle and had to take the loan from the credit union to buy the vehicle, and they stole the vehicle, and they eventually found back the vehicle, but they stole the vehicle just to get the battery. Now, that battery is costing her like about $15,000. Now she have to go back to the credit union to take a loan to get back the battery.
I wish that was my customer. The investment of about $2,000 or $3,000, depending on the package, would have meant that she did not have to spend that $15,000 to get another battery. And people have to understand that the worst could happen at any point in time, and you keep thinking it will not happen to you. I haven't had a customer or an interaction with a victim who said to me that they bought a vehicle expecting that something would have happened to them. Everybody believes it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. but you have to still take the precautions and put something to protect your vehicle. As far as I'm concerned, the only way we are going to reduce vehicle theft in this country is to put GPS on every single vehicle, but at the same time, making sure agency that.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, kind of associated a bit. Yeah, so you're saying one of the ways to that you see that we will be able to reduce it is when when more and more people start to put things to protect their vehicles in their cars.
Correct. And right now, the technology that is working across the globe is GPS tracking. There are other technologies as well, but and the majority of them is GPS tracking.
Unless you get the trunk monkey. Have you ever seen that video?
I know what I want, but I want to rip up your feet something too.
I enjoy watching that one. All right.
Dirk, before you go, let people know how to get in contact with you, and stuff. We have the number on the screen, but it's always important that you tell our listening audience and stuff where to get.
I'll tell people, it's so easy now. Not everybody want to pick up the phone and call, but it's so easy now just to send a WhatsApp message. So you could WhatsApp the number on the screen. That's 235-5477. We have a team of people who sit behind the AI agents as well. So the AI agents will be answering, but there are humans there who are going to be observing messages. And we will answer as many of your questions as possible. And if you want to make a booking, you can make a booking online. And we also have a special going on right now for a 3-year opportunity, a 3-year plan for $21.50. So you could reach out to us and we could try to help you link up that installation.
Yeah. All right. Dirk, one last question. A question just came in here.
Mm-hmm.
Will you track a vehicle not on your platform for a fee if it is stolen?
No, I will not send my officers to recover any vehicle for any other company or any other GPS because that puts my officers in an unusual amount of harm. For example, I don't know if a car thief or somebody who has some ill fate calls my company and says, hey, I have the vehicle, and send my guy straight into an ambush. I'm not going to do that. If you want to have our services, because we do get quite a people who call us at all hours of the night and stuff like that, because their provider not answering the phone, so they call us. We tell them plain and simple, no, we can't send anybody. If you want to get coverage from us, you can call us. We have migration packages where we can take your GPS and bring it onto our platform. As we start to see data and we start to see your habits, we know you are legitimized, but more importantly, the way the law is written as well, our supplemental police powers really and truly come we become legal in these recoveries when you are our client. There must be a client relationship. And I would say even prior to the event, the offense being committed. So I would really urge, if it is you want to have this level of protection, reach out to us before the event, and then from there we can help you.
Yeah. All right. Great.
All right.
So
thank you very much.
No problem, guys. You take care. Be safe.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks, Vic.
Yeah. Dirk Vance there.
Yeah. I remember visiting that thing because I had a previous vehicle with air support also, and I remember visiting that Palsane property. He said then they soon no longer will be there, so it'll be interesting because they're going into a much bigger space. So, folks, it's worth it, because as Dirk said, you think it won't happen to you, and then all of a sudden it does. You know what I mean? And we have a prevalence of vehicles being stolen in Trinidad and Tobago that is astounding. And we have all manner of vehicles here now. Just watch around when you're driving on the road or when you're traveling on the road now. We have all kind of vehicles now. You've seen some strange names of vehicles now just showing up. You don't even know who the dealer is, but they're just showing up on the road. They look nice though. All of them look nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we have a lot of vehicles now on the road. So people buying vehicles like rain. I don't know where they get any money from.
So you get any money to buy it, it's to keep paying for it.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, some of them, of course, they how I should put it, they got it as a company vehicle. They're in a position where they're getting traveling. They are traveling officer, so it's easy for them to afford it. Because I think after a certain rank in the TTPS too, everybody over a certain rank in the TTPS have a new vehicle, you know? You know that?
Well,
Because
I know.
that's one of the perks they are afforded. They don't tell you that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I know in times gone past, I know whenever I want to know what new vehicle was coming into Trinidad and Tobago, I'll just pass by Wassa. You want to know what new fleet of vehicles come in? Go by Wassa in St. Joseph.
Yeah. But yeah, all manner of vehicles we have on the road now. All manner of vehicles we have on the road. Anyway.
I know we're going to be close to signing off. You know, something came up in the news.
No, we have a whole 10 minutes or more.
Oh, you do? Okay. So I was noticing something in the news, such as where you talked about the police service and the prison service getting ready for the restart of physical court.
Oh,
and,
okay.
and it just strikes me even more the amount of resources that are dedicated to in-person court hearings in terms of the cost, not only in human resource, but money, because of a decision that has been established as a decision and now being reversed is ridiculous. Because it's a lot of taxpayers' money now going to go into resources from both the prison service and the TTPS and the human resource of the TTPS to facilitate this. And I don't understand why people are just, silent about this. The Law Association, I mean, shame on you all. Have an opinion. You don't agree with me, but have an opinion. And I mean, of course, the Central Law Association.
You real toting. You just tell me about toting?
Because Wendell, I have been in the belly of the beast. And I know what citizens go through in terms of magistrate court appearances.
Yes, Richard, I know that. I've been through it.
Yes.
But this clearly bothering you. So
yes.
let us get somebody from the judiciary online. I don't know if they'll take an interview. Somebody from the Law Association or somebody.
The judiciary don't talk. So the only person I've seen given some pushback so far is Martin George and Tobago, because Tobagonians are at a bigger disadvantage because now they have to spend money because the Scarborough court magistrates court may still be virtual, but a lot of Tobagonians will have cases in magisterial courts in Trinidad because you get a ticket somewhere or you were in an area where a charge was proffered. It's that magisterial district you have to go to. So he raised it and said it's absolutely unfair, and it's exactly what we said, retrograde and archaic. When so many countries are moving forward with virtual court systems, we are going back after so much money was spent.
Yeah.
And nobody questioning that. So much money was spent by the judiciary to enable this and institutions to facilitate it. And just by the swipe of a pen, all of that money is down.
We're going backward.
It's down the drain. Nah. I don't know what kind of country we live in, huh?
I'm telling you, Richard, and I'm telling you and I'm telling the listeners again, there seems to be this obsession with reversing anything that happened within the last 10 years. There seems to be an obsession with it. Whilst I admire this government sometimes for moving ahead with certain decisions that they're making, the police post, for instance, or whatever, is something that they think would work. Go and do it without talking. Right? I applaud them for that, Right? How it will work, time will tell. But there's a certain obsession too with reversing anything that happened within the last 10 years. You could see it. And I know that you don't think that the judiciary could become political, but I'm sure pressure is being brought on them.
Well, if you succumb to pressure, then you are political.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and there are things that could color it in that direction. And I will say less, but it's really astonishing that after this has been embedded for several years, and institutions that interface with the judiciary have spent money to accommodate all of this, including police, the TTPS, including the prison service, beyond lawyers across the country and chambers across the country. And with the swipe of a pen, you just say, yeah, well, I feel we should go back to that. And nobody says anything.
Yep. They would have been lambasting Justice Ivachi or no.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Make it make sense. And all of the people, common citizens across the country who have to go through the magisterial court system, most of the people who I've spoken to in my life, in my experience as an attorney who are before the magistrates got preferred in the virtual court system. Because it saves them money, it saves them of the hassle of having to go to a physical court. But for the comfort of you and whoever whispering in your ear, that's the decision you're going to make?
Yeah.
Come on. Make it make sense.
All right, guys, let's see if we can take two calls before we leave.
Logical about stuff. Come on.
28113152995156. Let's take a couple calls just before 9 o'clock. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, St. Charles.
Hey,
Richard and Wendell, good morning.
Morning, Zena.
Good morning, Zena Tisha. Zena.
Richard. Yes, I would have known Isabel Tisha because I learned in my history. I learned that from long time. And I also know the name Tomasos as well. You understand? But you so want to put me in the gang, Sarah gang, that people like me going to know.
You all used to play hopscotch and skip together, Zena? You and Isabel.
Pardon me?
You all used to play hopscotch and moral and thing together and skip?
You too. You used to play just as much as me with she.
I didn't love it.
I played moral.
Bacchanal unless Ole calls Zena name in the morning, come with Bacchanal and tag all, they don't feel good. That's Richard. Yes. I want to say something. Where is our opposition leader? I only seen two faces in functions, you know. You open the town hall, I see your face on Facebook. Pan and powder yesterday, you in band jumping up. What going on? I hear Gayelle Jackson more than I hear him because she don't let nothing drop.
No, it's true. It is very true. Gayelle Jackson is always on top of stuff. I say you're right. Gayelle Jackson is always on top of stuff, and she's very. That's
how I feel. That's how I feel. The opposition leader. Where's our opposition leader? So many things happening in this country, and country going to the dogs. I ain't nothing.
Richard and I didn't get invited to the Arima Town Hall because we talk about Arima apparently anyway. So we were blacklisted. We became persona non grata to Arima.
And look at where Richard is.
Across the road.
She's number one in writing. Oh Lord. Oh, yes. Anyhow, you all have a good day.
Thank you very much, Zena.
All right. Take care.
Richard, you thank you for remembering me from age. Every always you
I will always be here to fulfill that role.
All right, bye, Zena. Yeah. Isabella born in what year? 2011, 1911 or something?
1911. Same year with Dr. Eric Williams.
Wow.
1911. Yeah. She died also too in 1981. Same year with Dr. Eric Williams.
Okay.
At age 69, same year. Well, naturally, it'll be the same age.
Yeah. Same year, same boy. Wow. Interesting. You are right. You are right.
No, but I just read all that, you know. I just read all that, so that stuck in me. I say, hey, that's curious that these years follow. If the Nursing Association interview that we did, Sir Charles, didn't say what they say, because I found what they said was curious. About 90% women are nurses, but 90% of the leadership are men. And I'm saying it can't be Edie they're talking about, because Edie was just one man amongst all these women who were there. So I say it had to be that angle that they were taking, that in the ministry itself, the people who led that ministry have mostly been men. So we started to look at the women, and we talked Dr. Linda Babulal, who was a long-standing Minister of Health under Mr. Manning, and Therese Baptiste-Canellis, who was legendary in a brief moment in our ministry. You understand? And you went and find out the next one was Isabel Tichet, and that's how we look at Isabel Tichet.
You know, but when the ladies were talking, I was getting it also, Wendell, in the present situation as it is right now, not just at the minister level or even at the head of the union level. I was getting like where the Nursing Association and all the things that are associated with nurses, all the different offices that they have right now, 90% of them are staffed by men.
Yeah, well, that's because the ministers have mostly been men.
Yeah.
Men have a bias, you know.
Yeah. So some
and you hear what they said about salaries. They are some of the lowest paid because they feel that there is a preponderance of women.
Yeah.
You understand? But the police service have plenty of women now. Oh, plenty. There are plenty, especially in high ranks now. There are plenty of women. They have 2 deputy commissioners are women, you know. For I think the first time, remember when the first deputy commissioner was, oh Lord, what's the lady name? Anne-Marie Daly Allen. You remember? She was 1 in a million at that time. But now we have 2 deputy commissioners as women, you know. DCP Suzanne Martin and DCP Natasha George. And women at all ranks, including a certain ASP who listening now. Morning again, Miss John.
Anyway, people, it's time for us to go. We're past 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Yes. Are we?
Yes.
Yes, so bad.
So have a fantastic day, people. Remember, netradiott.com continues on the web, so you can listen to the excellent programming throughout the day. And on your smart devices, you say play NETT Radio Trinidad on TuneIn. NETT Radio Trinidad on TuneIn, and you can listen to the programming throughout the day. It is Thursday. The weekend begins tonight, people. At a second after midnight, the weekend is virtually in touching distance. Have a fantastic day, whatever you do. Remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. And you know what? Try and do a little kindness and have a little empathy in whatever your role is in the society.
No, I'm fed up. I'm done.
Yeah. Have empathy and have kindness.
I'm fed up. I'm done.
Because certainly you're not getting it from the leadership in different institutions in this country. They are showing very little empathy and very little kindness to the citizen.
Well, I feel very UNC-ish in that aspect these days.
Get some God in your life as you go along also, people.
Hey, there.
You can't let people change what your personality is.
Well,
and that is, your core personality is your core you. You don't stop being kind because people are unkind back, you know.
No. Yeah, go to the root.
Folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let go. I stoops and poo-pooed at you.
Yeah, go take some tablets. Try some ashwagandha gummies.
Try some blue ones.
When I go Ethiopia, I will feel relaxed. I'm looking forward to that trip now. That's all I'm focused on right now. Going to Ethiopia and enjoying what the Ethiopians have to offer, and enjoying their perspective on
Charles.
What is that?
So you didn't get frightened. I'm going to enjoy the puss. I was like, what is he saying?
Yeah, waiting for it to make us slip.
I said, so Chad, end the show.
No. He learned from Dr. Morgan Job. He could cuss out. He don't slip on the air.
Look, Captain Ron sent me a whole set of pointers yesterday and some pictures. I said, oh, I wish I was going there tomorrow. Morning, Captain.
Anyhow, people.
This has been the
Breakfast Show.
Get up, get up. It's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. Get up. Get up, get up. It's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on.